Accredited Debt Relief has established a special hotline for you to call and learn what savings you qualify for. They've helped qualify consumers with over $1 billion in debt and are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. So don't wait. Get the relief you need during these hard economic times. For this free information, call the Accredited Debt Relief Hotline now. Call 800-885-6677. 800-885-6677. That's 800-885-6677.
Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly, because grilled to order makes a sub above. At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh, because slice to order makes a sub above.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
University PC Care has been busier than ever repairing personal PC and Mac computers and iPhones during this pandemic. And we thank you for your support. Now, with everyone streaming and doing work from school and home, you may have discovered that your home Wi-Fi just isn't cutting it. It may be time to upgrade your home network, and University PC Care can help. To make a network assessment appointment and discover upgrade options that fit your home, go to talktowilliam.com or learn more at universitypccare.com.
I'm gonna play some kickball.
Let's go!
Robbie's Clubhouse invites you to play a little kickball on Saturday, April 23rd from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the Sarah Law Softball Fields located on Reedy Branch Road in Winterville. The event is open to everyone of all ages. Come join the fun while helping the special needs community by joining us in some friendly kickball to benefit Robbie's Clubhouse on Saturday, April 23rd.
Your first stop for shopping is at Shimmer Boutique. This is Ashley from Shimmer. We are fully stocked with the latest apparel, shoes, and accessories and more. If you need gift ideas or some shopping therapy for yourself, stop by today. Looking for the hottest shoes on the market? Shimmer has the biggest selection of Hey Dudes anywhere. Shimmer has the newest Yeti products and colors. Want this year's most popular bag? Shimmer has a great selection of all your bog bag needs and accessories. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, and Jacksonville.
With Domino's Carside Delivery, you can carry out any 3-topping pizza for just $7.99 without leaving your car. So you don't have to interrupt your kid's favorite song.
And we'll all be friends just for one
You can interrupt this, actually.
Next time you carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each, try Domino's Carside Delivery. Just pull up to the store, check in online, and Domino's will bring your food to you contact-free. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size. Message and data rates may apply when using Domino's Carside Delivery.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
There's local politics, bud.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Sustained effort and violence?
No, please, no. Please, everyone be quiet.
Was that supposed to be funny?
I got a little taco meat on my chest.
Cool, neat story.
I want to shake his hand. 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 Family.
Let's get the pumping.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, welcome in to a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We are on 1250, 930, online, pr927fm.com. And if you'd like to watch the show and be a part of our program today, you can do so on Facebook Live and YouTube. Subscribe to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. Watch all of our goodies. We'll have some ECU post-game video up after the Pirates take on the UNCW Seahawks tonight, right there on YouTube. So make sure you're following us on all of our social media accounts, Facebook included. And you can watch this show each and every day and give your comments, thoughts, whatever you want to discuss on this Tuesday. All right, coming up on today's show, Nolan Knight used to be here at WNCT Channel 9, moved to take a sports director job in Huntsville, Alabama, and he was one of the few thousands to witness the return of the USFL. He was there Saturday night seeing Skip Holtz and the Birmingham Stallions win the USFL opener, and kind of a strange deal. Every team is located there in Birmingham. Every team is going to play every home game there in Birmingham, and so it's kind of a unique deal. But the USFL is back. We'll talk to Nolan Knight about him covering that event and getting to know the league a little bit, and also what else he's been up to since leaving Greenville, North Carolina. That's coming up in about 30 minutes or so. Former Pirate great, former St. Louis Cardinal, and now a member of the UNCW coaching staff, Seth Maness, will join us at 4 o'clock. We'll talk about some of Seth's glory days here in Greenville, pitching in the major leagues, pitching in the World Series, and now what he is up to with the UNCW Seahawks. He's on the other side of the dugout tonight when the Pirates take on UNCW. East Carolina's already knocked them off one time this year. We'll ask Seth how strange it is to be rooting against the purple and gold, at least for a couple of games this 2022 season. So the great Seth Maness joins us at around 4 o'clock. Also in the 4 o'clock hour, we'll talk some O's baseball and look around MLB with Mark Brown from CamdenChat.com. The Orioles coming off a series win over the Yankees, which is news in itself. And how about Baltimore has the 5th lowest ERA in baseball right now? The problem is they can't score any runs. They scored one last night in a loss to Oakland. But we'll talk some O's baseball and also look around Major League Baseball with Mark Brown coming up in hour number 2. Hour 3, it's all things ECU with Stephen Igoe. We'll get a East Carolina football transfer portal update. Another name enters the portal from ECU football today. That was to be expected. We'll talk to Igoe about that. All of the new faces for ECU basketball, and of course some Pirate baseball as well as they get set for UNCW tonight. So that is the guest lineup for today. Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt here, and Ellerbe joins me to my left to kick off today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. Hello, Jonathan.
What's up, Clipper? How are you doing?
Doing great.
I didn't realize the USFL was like in a bubble in Birmingham.
I didn't know that until yesterday because there's a team in Pittsburgh. There's a team in New Orleans. There's teams all over the country, yet they're only playing games in Birmingham, which brings up the question, if you are a Pittsburgh native, what do you care about a team that you'll never get to see or lay eyes on in your home city?
I wonder if it's like an expansion thing that they financially, to get it off the ground in year one, that they're going to do it in Birmingham, and then there will be a Pittsburgh team playing home games after that. But I just don't know, why wouldn't you just have 18 names, like the Generals, the
with
Stallions?
no cities?
Don't attach them to anybody.
Yeah, I don't know. Great question. I will ask that to Nolan Knight. Maybe he's got some information on it since he is there in the hub. But as far as I know, they're like all staying in the same hotel, like the same complex. It's a very weird deal. Did you watch any of it over the weekend?
I have not seen a snap of USFL football. I did see Warren Saba got hurt, though.
He did, yeah.
That was unfortunate. And then I guess Garrett McGinn's the other Pirate in the USFL.
Skip beat Garrett McGinn.
Really, one-on-one?
One-on-one. The Generals from New Jersey, which again will never be in New Jersey, lost to the Birmingham Stallions.
Which,
they have home field advantage throughout the entire season.
It makes it seem like it's like this great advantage, but it's not.
well, that's, I think, the only game that fans attended was the Birmingham game. There was a game last night, and I saw the kickoff, and you could hear the echo throughout the stadium when the guy kicked the ball off.
It would make it more marketable if it was like buy season tickets, you get like a pass and you go to all the USFL games if you're in Birmingham. Like, that would be cool. Being like, are you going, like, it's like I'm going to the 2:00 Saturday game, the 8:00 Saturday
So it's like a conference basketball tournament. You get like sessions or whatever. Like, I don't know. Yeah. It's like $10 a game. It's kind of like, feels like minor league baseball in a way.
Yeah.
Something to do with your buddies, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, go tailgate, go football. I mean, if it's 80 degrees in Birmingham, why not? I still don't get why they're, attached the city names to it, but you'll have those answers for us coming up.
If you are curious about them, we will have those answers at around 3:30 today. And looking forward to talking to Seth Maness. Ellerbe, you brought that name up Monday during our meeting and was able to get in contact with him. We'll get him on the show coming up at 4:00. One of the all-time great Pirates. When he left, he had a lot of records, wins, I think strikeouts, and had a good career in Major League Baseball, pitched in a World Series for the Cardinals, and now is on the other side with UNCW, his first year there.
Yeah, I'll be interested to hear his story of what his new future is, because he did have a great run in professional baseball. And I remember when he pitched in that World Series against the Red Sox, I was really, pulling for the Cardinals. Of course, the Red Sox won, but I think he would have been the first East Carolina guy to ever win a World Series ring. But and he may be the only Pirate to ever play.
He gave
in a World
that's
Series.
a good point. I believe I read he allowed one hit in that playoff run. He pitched very well, but that one hit was a 3-run homer to Johnny Gomes in the World Series.
Well, you had to throw the full story in.
Yeah, I mean, you could paint it in a pretty light that only allowed one hit. But
I mean, if it was Clip Brock instead of Seth Maness, would you say, hey, I only gave up one hit in the World Series?
I wouldn't be talking about myself. Somebody else might bring it up.
Okay.
And then if you brought that up, I would get mad. Like, why do you got to bring that up? Like,
Right.
I had so many. I talked about all his records, though. I mean, I set him up. It's what we do in America. We set up our heroes on a pedestal, and then we bring them down.
Yeah, well, eventually that's, you don't last on the pedestal very long.
Yeah. Redbeard says they're using two stadiums in Birmingham, the old UAB stadium and the new one.
Oh, UAB.
Are they not at Legion Field?
Well, Legion Field would be the old UAB stadium.
Okay.
And I know UAB I didn't realize their new stadium was open. And the drawings looked really nice, but has UAB played in their new stadium yet? Or were they still playing in Legion Field last year? Maybe sports guru Chandler can figure out if the new UAB stadium.
No way he'll figure it out.
There's no way.
What was that easy thing I asked you to figure out one day? And Chandler,
That's going to be tough.
I can't. What was it? Do you remember? It was like
a simple stat or
team's
something.
record or something, and I guess he didn't feel like working that day, Ellerbe. So he just into the microphone said, "Well, that's going to be tough to find." I don't.
Is Chandler the person that goes to Twitter and Facebook and asks a question instead of
Googling it?
No, I'm Googling right now.
Like, hey, how do you find the pizza restaurant in Greenville?
What time is it? That's popular on message boards too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
People go to Boneyard and be like, "What time's the ECU game?" Or
it's nowhere else.
I can't
it's
find it.
Like you have to rely on another person. It's like Google is the fastest loading website out there, and you just type in whatever you want to know, and pretty much it comes up.
They're in their new stadium in this video right here. So they used it last year.
Okay,
there you go. Hey, turns out it might have been difficult to find, but you found it.
It was tough, but I pulled it out.
Shirley, how do you spell Coachella? I asked that.
If my memory serves right, it is COACHELLA.
That is very good.
Wow.
Now, Chandler, you're the spelling beast, according to yourself.
I was going to say it's Coach and then Ella.
Okay,
E-L-L-A.
good job. We have somebody here at Pirate Radio that instead of just looking up how to spell words, asked how you spell words all day long.
Is that the talk to text person too?
That is the same one. Shirley, how many times have you been asked how to spell something since you've been here at Pirate Radio, Shirley?
Oh, in the last 19 years, I've lost count. Especially when
Google it.
Especially when said person had spell check right in front of them.
Anyway, look, it's easier to ask somebody sometimes. I get it. That's fine.
I will ask this: what is Coachella? I'm not.
Ellerbe.
Come on, is it like a rock concert?
Yeah,
it's like
a festival. It's a music festival.
Okay,
yeah.
I can't give you a ton of detail. You know the basics.
That's what I mean. It's kind of what was the Lollapalooza sort of deal?
Lollapalooza, Ozfest, X-Fest. We used to have X-Fest. Igoe used to go to X-Fest. You remember 99X, the alternative station?
Okay. Was that the one that had like at a NASCAR at Rockingham or something?
I was thinking like a DMX festival.
Didn't Igoe go to one in Rockingham and it got like thunderstormed and lightning?
Yeah, but we used to have one. Like X-Fest was in Eastern North Carolina. I don't know. I never went, but I always listened to that station. I kind of miss. I miss that alternative rock. Ellerbe, what kind of music? When did you like? What's the last song you like? Like when did it come out? Like 1992.
I've never been a big music person.
Just not a music fan.
I'm just not. I'm not against it. And I like listening to music, but I mean, for you to say you want to like listen to that kind of music, and that's kind of like not Googling. So I mean, there's music at your fingertips through Alexa speakers, the internet.
You're right.
You can listen to whatever you want. So
I know it kind of takes away from. I don't know. You're right. Everything's at your fingertips these days.
It is,
but it's tough to find, right, Chandler?
Very tough.
Very tough to
That's
find.
That's gonna be tough to do.
All right, Ellerbe. Did you watch HB3 over the weekend?
I watched. The problem is I had an Easter dinner, so I didn't get to see the finish, but I did get to see some of it on Sunday afternoon, and I was really pulling for him. The sad part is he only had like a one-stroke lead, so by the time he got to the first tee box, he was already not the leader.
He was already losing, yeah.
So, but what a great day on Saturday.
Yeah, great day Saturday, and a ho-hum Sunday. Like, he wasn't bad, but just was not good enough. What was bad was his playing partner, Shane Lowry, blowing it, hitting it in the water, missing a short putt that would have sent him into the playoff with Jordan Spieth. But HV3 is knocking on the door. He'll be in a team event this week, a duo event with Bubba Watson. So we'll keep an eye on that.
I mean, there's nothing going to be any more exciting than that Sunday afternoon when he's in the winner's circle with Jim Nantz or whoever the announcer is, and they're hoisting the trophy, and he's kissing his wife, holding his young baby, and it's going to be an exciting day.
Yeah, but I mean, over the last month plus, when did he win that tournament in Saudi?
Like a month or so ago.
He's one of the top 15, 20 golfers in the world playing right now.
Yeah, I mean he's one. I mean he was in the final group, obviously, because he was the leader on Sunday and
had a chance at the end. I mean, he had that 80-foot putt that he hit in Saudi Arabia, and then he had that 40-foot putt that would have put him in the playoffs, in the playoff hole. So,
and he's making some bank right now too,
big time.
I mean,
he was over 300,000, I want to say.
Yeah, I mean,
330,000 is what he took.
He won $1 million in the
Saudi Arabia,
and now the payout wasn't as big for the Masters, but it was still, I think, like 130 or 140,000. But the experience of being able to play in Augusta for your first time, he'll have that behind him when he goes next year.
Yeah, Ellerbe. So, how much is a middle finger worth? Kyrie Irving fined $50,000 for flipping off Boston fans during the game.
I think he did it multiple times, according to the Sports Center report I saw.
He had one where he made a shot and just kind of boom went for it. And then he had one where fans were behind him talking junk, and he did the double head scratch.
Yeah.
So
what? I mean, how do you feel about that?
I feel I'm not a Kyrie Irving fan.
Should he have been above giving the middle finger to the fans and just taking it?
I guess probably.
Because he was probably getting some pretty ruthless talks from Celtics fans.
I love his point. He's like, I just got tired of being called a P word and a B word, and so I gave him the finger.
I mean, and to his point, what else can he do to acknowledge them?
What you want to do in that case is obviously nothing and pretend you don't hear them. That has got to be impossible to do. So he retaliated. Now,
other than, you can't physically, go up to anybody. You don't want to take it that far. And were they having fun with each other? Or was it definitely mean-spirited?
I think it's mean-spirited. He was a Celtic. A lot of Celtics fans see him as he quit on the Celtics. So they do not like him. And they make it known. This is not, I don't think, a fun thing, which you'll see with some players.
The only thing it does is it makes the NBA playoffs interesting.
Yeah, it adds a little nugget. You'd like to have these things. You like to have... I like it when players don't like each other. That's when it gets fun to me.
The bad boys of the late 80s in Detroit, you would stop and watch because you knew when someone came down the lane. And I remember rewatching that 30 for 30. It brought up so many memories of, they were just mean.
The Jordan rules?
Yeah, they did not. Lambeer, the microwave, all those guys. That was
Horn.
Yeah, that was some Dennis Rodman. They were some tough dudes when you came in the paint.
Yeah. So I like that. I don't know. I kind of like the rivalry here of the Celtics fans and Kyrie Irving. And when do they play again, Chandler? I guess it's tomorrow night. I guess I'll have to tune in and see what happens this time around.
The one thing I know, I've been to a Yankees-Red Sox game at Yankee Stadium. And both those fan bases, when they go back and forth, they're pretty brutal. And I went to the Rays-Red Sox playoff games in October in Tampa, and the Red Sox fans, they were causing. The Rays fans are pretty neutral.
Yeah,
they're pretty kind of calm sort of people, but the Red Sox people were getting people riled up. They just love their sports in Boston, and maybe too much.
Yeah, there's one thing to love your sports, and it's just that it almost gives you an excuse to act like a drunk jackass.
But the problem is when it crosses the line of when you go beyond pulling for your team, and it's just a straight out taunt of every time your team makes a mistake, being like, ha ha ha, like every strike.
They went to the game not to root for their team, but to cause a problem with somebody.
Right. Yes, absolutely. Their guy hits a home run, and then the Rays hit like a 3-run homer and took the lead, and that guy, of course, everybody turns and looks at him. It was just, but automatically, whenever their tidal wave is always bigger than whatever is going against them.
The Celtics and Nets will play Game 2. The playoffs last forever. They're going to play Game 2 on Wednesday night. Coming up tonight, Hawks at Heat, Game 2. Miami leads 1-0. The Grizz will try to even their series with Minnesota 1-0. The Timberwolves actually lead that. Saw a stat that the Seattle Supersonics, Ellerbe, remember Gary Payton, Sean Kemp?
Yeah.
Back in the day? They have won a playoff series. The Sonics have won a playoff series more recently than the Hornets, the Timberwolves, and the Kings. There's a stat for you. That is a very sad stat, especially for us Hornets fans. Susan Deans is in the chat, Chandler. She says, #fire Matt Rule. We had some
tough news coming out.
Some Panthers-related news today.
Big news.
They have stopped construction on their giant complex they were building in Rock Hill.
They were going to build a pretty much a practice facility, a headquarters for front office area for them, and basically kind of the vocal point of the Carolina Panthers franchise. And today, after halfway building it, they said, we're no longer going to build this thing. Apparently, according to the statement that I read from Tepper Sports and Entertainment, is that Rock Hill, the city of Rock Hill, did not meet the expectations that they signed off on the contract. So David Tepper called him up, said, hey, quit, we're done.
So now, Ellerbe, this is a pretty funny picture. Somebody put a Spirit Halloween.
Now, I just saw that on Twitter, and I gave it a big fat like. That was funny.
So are they building an indoor practice facility down there?
Yeah,
can we put it on wheels and move it to Greenville?
And it looks like it's half done. I'm assuming the rest of this would be
halfway there.
It's so you have exactly one half of a facility.
How would you like to have been the construction person in charge of that job and getting that phone call? Hey, Clip, Stop construction.
What? For the day? We're done for the day? No, you're done.
Weather coming in? No.
It's sunny out though.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day.
Yeah. Wow, that's
bizarre.
So now that structure, which is half a building, is just going to sit there until Rock Hill pays up.
I don't know. It's just
a very strange deal.
It's a strange deal.
What a game of poker.
There was a politician in the state of South Carolina like a week or two ago that compared David Tepper to your guy.
He said something to the effect of, we were promised, when Tepper came in, we were promised Jerry Jones, and so far we've gotten Dan Snyder. I mean, that's a great line.
That is a great
That one
line.
hurts, but that's a great line.
It hurts for me too.
Yeah.
Just very strange deal.
So what's next for the Panthers?
I don't know. Maybe they're going to be
Practicing outside.
Maybe they're going to try to keep it in the Mecklenburg area.
So what about the Jerry? So Jerry's stuff was where? It was in the college Wofford. So they still have that.
That's where training camp was. We held training
so
camp
this
there.
is separate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that? Are you Chandler Richardson or Chandler Tepper?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Let him be we.
I know, he's just being we.
So basically, the front office people, their offices are in Bank of America Stadium. I mean, this just wasn't going to be a practice facility. It was going to be an area for your scouts, your executive department, or whatever.
Pantherland.
Pantherland.
So they weren't going to.
It was literally going to be like a what is it in Dallas?
The Star.
Or whatever. It was going to be like that basically, and I don't know.
And Tepper was going to helicopter there.
And now it's just a comet passing in the night.
Yeah. I mean, you know what it is? It's like in Star Wars, if you get this reference. Like, the Death Star was halfway built in one of the episodes. Okay. So that's basically what that looks like. Except they just slapped the Spirit Halloween sign on there.
So how does it end? Does it blow up?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Maybe that's what they'll do to it.
A nice sign of kind of the Panthers football franchise right now. It's kind of half built.
And really doesn't know what the direction.
There's no direction.
There is no direction.
Yeah.
Ellerbe, we are a week and 2 days away from the NFL draft.
Who's number one?
Good question. Who is number one?
The Jaguars have the pick.
Is it the Hutchinson dude?
Yeah.
Is it a lineman?
Where is the draft this year? Is it
Cleveland?
Is it some? Because it was in Nashville.
In Cleveland last year, wasn't it?
Wasn't it in Nashville last year?
Is it Detroit?
We've named 3 places. It is going to be in Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, wow.
So I
couldn't think of a more depressing place for the only person that there's, everybody that got drafted in Detroit, but not by the Lions, would be so excited to be like, I got drafted in Detroit, but to the Falcons. But
now you get to leave?
Yeah, to the Cowboys, to the Chargers. It's that poor saps that get drafted by the actual Lions.
It was in Nashville that year that all of the brides, what was it? The bachelorette parties got mad.
Yeah.
They did like news stories on angry bachelorette party goers.
They're messing up
all these gross, nasty NFL fans are here. We're just trying to have a good girls' night out. And
we're trying to go listen to the Shania Twain.
All these neckbeards are here with their these fat adults with their football uniforms on.
These fat guys with jerseys on are drinking all the seltzers.
I would have loved to see the reaction of the women when they got there and just saw like the street, the Broadway Music Row, whatever you want to call it there in Nashville. It's nothing but
with my Sean Taylor jersey.
They said, "Is there an offensive line convention going on here?"
I literally have. I don't even wear that Sean Taylor jersey anymore because it has wing stains on it from over the years.
That's a staple.
Can't get them out. So I am the embodiment.
Is that because you fell asleep with holding a wing on your belly?
Well, unfortunately, when things fall from the mouth, Ellerbe, it's kind of like a rock going down a hill. It bounces off the belly and then it doesn't go straight to the ground.
Wow.
So yeah.
So the shirt didn't really save much of the carpet.
No. Yeah. So it's a situation. But anyway, I've upgraded to a John Riggins jersey that is clean, and I'm ready to go for the draft.
Boneless wings only in that, huh?
Yeah. Good point. You got to stay clean.
You get boneless wings on your jersey, then you've got some other issues you need to address.
All right. What else is going on in the sports world, Ellerbe, before we get to our first guest?
The sports world.
You got anything going on?
Of course, the big news was on Sunday. You probably forgot to mention it, but it was Easter, last day for jelly beans.
Oh, we mentioned it, all right. In fact, you were part of our rage room last week. I was raging over your ridiculous claim
that jelly beans are...
Your moronic, unfounded claim that jelly beans are only available during Easter.
It's just a fun hot take.
And Ellerbe standing by it.
Yeah.
So,
have you had any jelly beans since Sunday?
I have not. I did not have any on Sunday before.
You didn't have any jelly beans?
I'm not a big jelly bean guy.
There weren't any just laying around?
Nah. Lily did not ask for any jelly beans in her basket.
So you didn't have any Easter candy on Sunday?
No. I had a lot of Easter food, but no.
Any Easter desserts?
No, not a big sweets guy.
Wing guy, huh?
Yeah, wing guy. Had a lot of fried chicken, some barbecue. On no ham. What'd you have on Easter?
Ham.
Yeah, you're a ham man.
It was a traditional ham potato roll sort of deal.
Your classic Easter spread.
Yeah. It was.
I'm a ham man.
Thank you, Tony.
It was a well put together spread by my mother-in-law, and I enjoyed it.
Well done.
I didn't have to cook it.
Yeah, that's the best, right?
All I had to do was show up and put my feet under the table.
Show up, shove it.
You really appreciate that more and more after you host some events at your house.
Mm-hmm.
How nice it is just to show up and just say, thank you. When someone cooks you a nice meal,
enjoyed it.
No matter whatever it is. If you don't love the whole spread, you just get a good portion of whatever you like and just say thanks.
All right. Oh, I need to ask Ellerbe our question
of the day.
But
do it Pirate Radio edition.
Oh yeah, we'll go Pirate Radio. So Ellerbe, what Pirate Radio?
I heard these.
Teammate, would you have fight your enemy?
What Pirate Radio I would have fight my enemy?
Yes.
Someone that like a physical fist fight?
Yeah, like you are about to fight this person, but you're like, you know what? I don't want to danger this pretty face of mine, so I'm gonna have somebody fight my battle for me. Who would you choose?
Who would I choose? Who would be the toughest person at Pirate Radio to go rage?
Who's raging?
Shirley might be up there. She can get pretty angry. I might go Shirley.
That was my choice.
That's a good answer.
I think if
I love how everybody wants me to fight their battles for them.
No, I mean because it's softball Shirley. She would bring a bat to
it. She would bring a softball bat.
Yeah. I think Shirley would take care of business.
All right. What Pirate Radio teammate would you have marry your sister / daughter, a female important to you? Who do you trust?
I think this person. I think this person would be very good, and I would go with Big Bryce Williams.
Oh wow! Okay, extended family.
Does he not count?
No, he counts. That's a good answer. That's a very good answer.
I mean, shucks, dang,
yeah,
dang.
Wouldn't it be when I just talked about Easter dinner? What if Bryce was sitting across? Dang, pass me those rolls, Ellerbe.
Dang,
you ate the last one.
That's a good answer.
Good for you, buddy.
Very respectful young man.
I got your sister a new car today.
Dang, I caught some fish for the family.
Yeah.
All right. What Pirate Radio teammate would you like to live with for a year?
Live with for a year. I thought of this one too, and I think this person would be a lot of fun because I really enjoy spending time with this person now. When I get to and pick his brain, it would be the voice. I think the voice.
Dinner's ready.
He likes sports.
Yeah.
He is full of great stories. I think he would be kind of neat and clean.
Yeah,
he would take you on a ride on his motorcycle.
Yeah,
and I bet
he'd be arms around Jeff's waist.
He likes.
All right, not so much.
And I think he would probably like to go to bed early. He wouldn't be a person that would be up at all hours of the night.
Other than when he's on basketball trips and he gets in late.
Right, but he wouldn't be partying, making a bunch of noise. I'm more of an early bed person, kind of quiet person now. So
now, two things he does enjoy watching outside of sports. He likes wrestling, so that might be on your TV.
Well, and he might get me hooked back into that because it might be more fun. I might get into wrestling if I'm watching it with the voice.
And one thing that really shocked us one day on Live at 5 back in the day, he was a fan
of the Kardashians.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
I don't know if I could go there with him.
So maybe some reality TV would be on your
It might be
television.
fun for the first 2 or 3 episodes just to see his reaction.
But they get old.
You know, but I mean, what if you could sit there and be like, voice, I want you to do play-by-play for the Kardashian episode here. I'll watch it with you, but you have to do play-by-play.
Yeah, that's a good call. Every morning have Jeff as your personal alarm clock too. Mm-hmm. Ellerbe, wake up! Ellerbe, wake up! I like that. It could be your F3 buddy. Y'all can go work out together.
Get up early, run.
The alarm clock could be at the buzzer. At the buzzer.
I mean, just think of all the people. I mean, like
Cy Seymour, come hang out.
Oh my God!
Damn.
I mean,
Jonathan, that's Cy's gonna come over.
Who'd you pick?
Have
you done these questions?
Whoa.
Have you answered these own questions for yourself?
No.
Well, let's do them.
Well, I think I did yesterday.
Do them for you. I
did Shirley to fight, Chandler to... Oh, yeah, I did. Because I picked you to live with.
Oh, you did?
Because you're very clean. You probably clean everything.
I'm pretty neat.
Yeah. And, like, to the point where I would try to clean up my own stuff, and you'd be like, you're not doing it right. I'll just do it. Like, you just get out of here. Yeah. I feel like you would do that.
You think so?
I think so. So, yeah.
That could happen.
I didn't go with the extended route, though.
Yeah.
You brought up some new options.
Yeah, I mean, would you change your answers now thinking of some extended routes?
Bryce is a great Mary answer, although I think Chandler is a very upstanding young man, too.
I think the voice would be one to live with, but I think Rick Smith would be fun to live with, too.
Probably.
I mean,
he goes to bed early.
He goes to bed early.
He just wants to go to bed early.
Well, but, I mean, I'm just looking for, like, low-key neat people as well. I'm not looking for, any sloppy, high maintenance.
And you could sit there on a Sunday and watch a golf match, or maybe during football season, watch football with Rick Smith and hear his stories all day long on a Sunday. That sounds like paradise.
Tony Dunn would be good to fight your battles. He's in shape. He's working out. And then I think I would also like to live with Mully, just to get on his nerves and watch a sporting event and just take the opposite side and watch him in the corner get angry at me.
You can stay here at the house. I'm going to tiebreakers.
So, I got some new options, some new ideas.
Yeah.
All right.
You can do, maybe you need to do all-time Pirate Radio guest.
Yeah, we could go that route. We had fun with the baseball players yesterday, asking them. Like,
I heard some of theirs too.
So
yeah,
that was good stuff.
Those are three very fair questions and interesting things to come up with.
All right, Ellerbe, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Look forward to seeing you next week.
We'll talk to you next week. We will talk to Nolan Knight, formerly of WNCT Channel 9, now down in Huntsville, Alabama. And he covered night 1 of the USFL. We'll talk about that and what else he's been up to. He has been to the Football National Championship. He's covered some NCAA tournament games on site as well. So we'll talk about it all with Nolan Knight when we return on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday after this.
It's bow time. Have you ever wondered why Bojangles Chicken Supremes are called Supremes? Well, with golden crispy chicken tenderloins this juicy, tender, and full of bold flavor, what else would you call them? Superbs? Nah, that would be weird. Get your 4-piece Chicken Supremes combo today with a scratch-made biscuit, your choice of fixin', legendary iced tea, and your favorite sauce for dipping. Download our app to order ahead. It's bow time.
Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject, rather than admit they probably don't have enough. That's why State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer focuses on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house insurance, or life without having to give up the college insurance. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer here in Greenville today at 493-0002 and put the life back in life insurance.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
This is Ryder Giles, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Here we go.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you in outside sales and looking for an opportunity to increase your earning potential? CopyPro has been in Eastern North Carolina for over 45 years and continues to grow each year, and they are in need of more sales professionals with a desire to potentially make a 6-figure income. Do you have what it takes? Visit copypro.net today to submit your resume and to learn more. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live, coming up at 4 o'clock. Seth Maness pitched a lot of big games, a lot of great games in the purple and gold. He'll be in the teal tonight and green as UNCW comes to town to take on East Carolina. He is on their staff, and we'll talk to Seth coming up at 4 o'clock. Also, Mark Brown came to chat.com. We'll talk Major League Baseball and O's in hour number 2. Stephen Igoe joins us in our 3rd hour today on the show. Right now, we will head out to the Pirate Radio Live line and talk to Nolan Knight, formerly of WNCT Channel 9. He's now the sports director at WAAY in Huntsville, Alabama, and was able to cover the USFL opening night. We'll talk about that and more. Nolan, welcome back to Pirate Radio. How you doing, man?
Been doing great. Great to hear from you, Clip. I've been doing a pretty good job of keeping up with everything going on in Greenville. I miss it, that's for sure. But it's been a whirlwind. It's left in August, so over half a year now.
Yeah, and before we get to the USFL, which you were one of the few thousand that were able to see the re-debut of the USFL, so that's pretty cool. You can tell your grandkids about that one day, Nolan. But what all have you been covering since you left Greenville here and headed to Alabama?
Of course, Alabama and Auburn football, man. They eat it up over here. Luckily, Alabama, as per usual, had a good football season, so I went down to Dallas to the Cotton Bowl for the semifinal matchup versus Cincinnati, and then I went up to Indianapolis for the national championship, which was, I mean, that's bucket list stuff. If you had told me that I would be at a national championship game, I probably wouldn't believe you, whether that was as a fan or, as a professional. So, that's been awesome. And then Auburn had a pretty good basketball team this year. So following, went to Greenville, South Carolina for the regional matchup where got to see Coach K and Michigan State. That was at that same venue. So it's been a lot of traveling.
Nice.
And covering Alabama and Auburn. I mean, Greenville's really special with how passionate the fans are about East Carolina, for sure. But the college sports in this state really are king. I mean, it's kind of cool to see so many sports fans. That's not everywhere has that, and they definitely have it down here.
Nolan, as you were talking there, I'm looking up the odds for next year's national championship, or this next season's national championship in college football. Alabama is the favorite, followed by Georgia and Ohio State, and then everybody else is pretty big odds to win the championship next year. But do you get the sense that, and look, Alabama ran through the regular season last year, including knocking off Georgia there in the championship, but in the SEC championship. But do you get the feel that it's like a revenge tour with the quarterback back, and they're just going to reload? And I don't know, if I had to put money on it today, I'd say Bama does not lose a championship 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet. I think that's a safe bet for everybody. What's crazy is, I mean, Bryce Young, if he was draft eligible, I think he goes number 1 overall. as young as he is, he's one of the few guys in the history of the sport that could probably get away with that title, and he's back, and they could bring Will Anderson back on defense, who, he had Heisman votes as well, and I mean, he's unbelievable to watch play. So I think it's safe to say what's going on in Auburn's kind of interesting. They almost tried to throw their coach out for no reason.
Yeah.
To go. So.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that too. Like, what was that story? There was like a week, maybe a 3 to 4 day stretch where it felt like Harsin was gone, and like they were digging up off the field stuff about him, and then I guess he puts out a statement: "I am the coach. I'm staying," and then it's business as usual. That was a strange set of times though there for that week or so.
It really was. I mean, I don't obviously know all of the details about his personal life, but it definitely felt like a witch hunt. They had lost a couple of guys to the transfer portal, and I mean, it was crazy how they were really ready to just throw him out of town after he had just taken them to a bowl game season. It was nuts. But yeah, I think it's safe to say that Alabama is probably a pretty good bet this year again.
And then SEC hoops, man, and what a collection of characters with the coaches. I mean, you just look at Bruce Pearl, but like Nate Oates there at Bama, and I'm a big Eric Musselman fan at Arkansas. Like, I don't want to. They seem kind of slimy, but also they're really good basketball coaches. It's almost like they're taking after the football now, where I don't know, everybody is jockeying for position there to try to catch big bad Kentucky, and some of those schools were able to do that this past year.
I think during the regular season, it's very fair to say that the SEC was the strongest basketball conference this year, especially over the ACC and Big Ten. Maybe some people could argue that they had just as good as a conference, but the SEC top to bottom was incredible. I mean, look at a team like Texas A&M with Buzz Williams. They made that late run. I mean, they were probably the 8th best team in the SEC, and looked like they could have easily made a Sweet 16 run if they made the tournament. So there's so much talent in it. And what's interesting, I don't know if it's interesting or what is just exciting as a sports fan is, I mean, the fans are eating it up. Like you think of football country and stuff, but I mean, both Alabama and Auburn faithful, man, they were packing in those gyms, and I mean, buying into basketball, which is something you don't always see in the SEC outside of Kentucky, like you were saying.
And then just again, drawing a comparison to football, you've got Will Wade and LSU who broke all the rules and now don't have any players, right? Do they have anybody on the roster right now, Nolan?
LSU basketball?
Yeah.
I'm not sure because they just parted ways with their coach. I'm not mistaken, right?
And all their players. So they they got a weird deal going. I was fascinated by it. Now the SEC floundered in the tournament. I was on the Razorback train, and they made a nice run and knocked off Gonzaga. But yeah, you're right. During the regular season, I loved, and you said it, those fans ate it up, and that was really enjoyable to watch the Southeastern Conference in basketball last season. All right, Nolan. So now we're getting into, and look, SEC baseball again is the best in all the land, but some other things to cover too, including the USFL. And I saw where you were going to be there and cover Birmingham's first game, and our old Pirate coach here, Skip Holtz, is coaching the Stallions and coached them to a victory. I didn't realize that you were right there, like at the epicenter of the entire league. So every game is being played there in Birmingham. So there was a crowd for the opener, and then I saw some highlights from the other games, including last night, and didn't see much of a crowd at all there. So I don't know. Explain what's going on down there. Kind of you're right at ground zero with the new USFL, right?
Yeah, it was a surprise to most of us down here in Alabama, because everyone knew that the league was coming back, and then like 4 months ago they announced that the entire operation would be run out of Birmingham. So all of the teams are staying in the same exact hotel. They're practicing at 4 different locations. Stanford, UAB. There's where they play the Birmingham Bowl. I can't think of the stadium's name right now, but there's 4 or 5 different fields that they're practicing at, and it's all taking place right there. It's kind of cool. They had everyone mic'd up. They have drones flying all over the place, and that drone is loud. It is distracting. I don't know how they're playing with that thing flying around their helmets, but yeah, it's right. That's the epicenter of it all, and it's not a reboot. They're very particular about how you say it.
Okay.
This is a completely separate entity. I think in the courtroom, they're deciding, how that's going to play out, because they're using names and logos from the old team.
Right. They might have wanted to call it a different name if they wanted us to not say reboot. But anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. But it was exciting. It was really cool. Being there, it felt like it was kind of a part of history. I have a soft spot for these leagues. I dove into the AAF and the XFL last year, or 2 years ago, it's been now. And I wanted them to succeed because I think there is a market for it, a minor league football league, if they can work with the NFL to get more guys, into the league or development stage or how that's going to work. But, I mean, it felt like it was a big deal the other night, which was a surprise to me. I mean, they filled it up pretty good on what was it, Saturday?
Yeah.
I think they had close to 25,000 people there.
Did you go to any of the other games, Nolan?
No, I missed that. We just went for the Birmingham Stallions game, but next day it was pretty empty. It was Easter, and I mean, if you're going to go out to a game, you probably want to have a rooting interest.
Well, that's the problem too, right, Nolan? I mean, the Pittsburgh Maulers are playing, but they're playing every game in Birmingham. How do the people of Pittsburgh rally around a team they never get to see? That's kind of a strange play. I mean, you could just name them Maulers and Stallions and leave the city out of it, unless they're, I don't know, are there plans to play home games like next year? Or?
I think the current plan is to make it through this season.
Yeah.
They blamed this idea of having, a host city off of, COVID-19 restrictions, flights and stuff. But in reality, if you really think about it, part of the reason that the XFL and AAF disbanded because they didn't have money to pay the players, and no one was getting paychecks. And so I think this was a way for them to save a lot of money when you think of travel expenses and whatnot. And I don't know. I'm assuming they're planning on changing it in the future. But the AAF and the XFL did not finish a season,
right?
So I think that's the goal right now, is to get through the season, make sure everyone gets paid, and then look forward to what we have in the future. What's going to be interesting, though, is the fact that the Stallions are going to have a fan base for every single game. They're the only team that gets home field advantage.
Yeah.
So if they don't do well, I think that would be pretty embarrassing.
That's a good point. They're going to need that team to succeed and get some people there. And I don't know how much they're relying on ticket sales anyway, because they got like the best TV deal you can get. I mean, they had a game simulcast on Fox and NBC, and I don't know what the TV schedule is moving forward. A lot of maybe FS1 and USA, things like that. But at least for one night, they were almost forcing you to watch it if you had regular cable.
Yeah, it did really good. And that's another thing that was kind of cool that made it feel important. You know, I've been at big games before and stuff, and you know that it's the most popular thing on television right then, right? But it's not like announced to you. They had this on-field MC, and he'd get on this big board and say, you know, number 2 trending in the United States right now. Like, everyone's here, a part of history.
Yeah,
it was interesting. But I did see that they did move one of the games from Fox to USA, so that's probably not a good sign. But they having the dual cast, having the eyes on it, I think is a good thing if they're going to make it last. But you got to get through the season, and they're just they're starting to get there.
I guess all publicity is good publicity. You've got the Davion Smith, Pittsburgh Mauler story out there, which I credit to them. There would be a lot of people on social media that had no clue this thing existed, and now they do know it exists because of this player getting cut because he wanted pizza instead of chicken salad. How much are you following this story, Nolan?
Yeah, I saw that. And he's like, I'm sorry. And I don't know. They're playing all the angles. I wouldn't be surprised if that was decided that that's how they were going to cut him.
Yeah, they did this whole, and I didn't watch it. Now I kind of want to go back and see it. It was like a Hard Knocks USFL version that I think ran before the opening kickoff on Saturday, and they had this Smith guy who gets cut, and then the coach has to come out, the team has to come out, put out a statement on Twitter saying he broke 4 of our rules, not just the chicken salad rule. It's comical, but again, it's maybe getting some eyeballs towards the league. I don't know.
Like I said, tickets are only $10. I think you could get a box for you could. If you had like 5 or 6 buddies, I think it's only like $60 a person to sit in the box and watch the game. So
yeah, hey,
it's pretty affordable. I think they're just going to try to get. I know kids are free, like under the age of 15. So they're just trying to get butts in seats. And
well, look, you look for like minor league baseball. Like that sounds kind of like that. Where hey, let's go hang out with some buddies and have fun and outside. And now you can do it with football if you're in one location in the country, and that's Birmingham.
Yeah, I think I want to call it a success. I mean, there's a bunch of clips that are going viral and stuff that, it's the same thing with the XFL. It's a way to experiment with rules that could be implemented in the NFL. One of the big ones is they kick off farther back. I think they kick off from the 25, and so the kickoff is such an important part of the game, which is almost what's opposite what the NFL is doing, and then all the guys mic'd up, the helmet cameras. I mean, there's a cameraman on the field like almost constantly. But I'll tell you what, Skip Holtz, the old ECU coach, he was pretty fired up to get that win after the game. And in the post-game press conference, someone even brought up the fact that he coached at East Carolina University.
Good deal. Talking to Nolan Knight, formerly of WNCT Channel 9, now down in Huntsville, Alabama. And what's the outlook on your Hokies in 2022 football, Nolan?
Oh, man, we'll have to see. Brand new start, right? We got Brent Pry from Penn State took over the program, and he listened to what the fans were upset with about Justin Fuente, about not recruiting the state, not being accessible to fans, not embracing the history of Virginia Tech football. And someone told him that the day he got there, and that is all that he has done ever since. It's a perfect formula to make everybody happy before you actually take the field. The spring game was this past Saturday. They pulled the former Marshall starting quarterback, transferred in this past season, and the South Carolina quarterback transferred in, and so those guys are battling for a spot in Blacksburg. We'll have to see. It's a defensive-minded coach he brings in. He was a defensive coordinator at Penn State. I think they're going to run the rock and play hard defense like Virginia Tech was known for during their extended success in the 2000s and early 2010. We'll have to see.
And one thing about the ACC, and I would say the Coastal especially, it's almost like the NFL. Just because you were down one year doesn't mean you can't rise up and win it the next year, right? Because it seems to flip-flop just about every year.
Yeah, the ACC has an issue of shooting itself in its foot. I think that the same thing happened with basketball this season. Is everyone just beats each other up, and if you get the ball to turn to your side a couple of times during the season, you'll find yourself at 11-1, and playing for a big bowl game at the end of the year.
Nolan, great to catch up with you, man. You covering more USFL this weekend? What you got on tap?
Probably not this weekend. Things are getting busy up here. The Corn Fury Tour comes to Huntsville.
Oh, cool.
Next week, so getting prepared for that. We have the Angels AA affiliate, the Rocket City Trash Pandas, here in Huntsville, and so they just started, so a lot of that as well.
Great name, great hat. Big fan of the Trash Pandas, so enjoy that. Nolan, good stuff, man. We'll keep in touch with you, and I don't know, if something makes news down in your neck of the woods, we'll get you back on Pirate Radio, man.
Sounds great. It's great to be back. Good to hear from you.
Thanks, Nolan. Nolan Knight joining us today here on Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a timeout, come back, wrap up hour number 1. Get you set for hour number 2, where we will talk to former Pirate great, now a member of the UNCW coaching staff, Seth Maness. He'll join us coming up in hour 2 of today's show. We'll take a look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard when we return after this.
Temperatures are in the low 30s at 10 a.m., increasing sharply to 75 degrees by 1 p.m., and then dropping into the teens by 10 p.m. So before you go to work, put on some gloves, pack some shorts, and a parka. That should cover you for the day.
Your heating and cooling take a beating. Guarantee your system is ready when you need it. Call Delcor. Buy a new train system and make no payments until 2023. It's hard to stop a train. With inflation and high gas prices, you don't need another payment. So buy this month and make no payments until 2023. Delcor, the service professionals.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For service, we're doing touchless pickup and drop-offs. So when you pull your vehicle in, we greet you at the car and open the door for you, but we're putting plastic on the seats. We're having a steering wheel cover put on. We even have shift knob covers now this year. And then we have the customer actually drop the key in a baggie, and they're the next one to touch that key when it comes out of the baggie when they pick up their vehicle. So just want to make sure we take care of the customers that voted us number 1.
Brown & Wood, your number 1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
In studio with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness. What's new, Dr. Jones?
Yes, we just added 6,000 more square feet of gym space where we're now able to offer our athletic movement programs. They're age-specific programs that help you develop speed, power, agility, and strength to give you that athletic edge. So come by and see us at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness on Arlington Boulevard or check us out online at kptonline.com. That's kptonline.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. Here we go again, spring football. Some thoughts coming up next.
I'm Clip Brock.
I'm Chandler Honeycutt.
I'm Shirley Rhodes.
Join us every weekday from 3 to 6 for Pirate Radio Live.
We'll keep you up to date on everything going on with ECU Athletics and make you a winner each and every day when we open up the Pirate Radio Booty Bag.
You can hear the show streaming online, on radio, and on social. Catch us weekdays on Pirate Radio Live from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
The USFL is scheduled to begin play this month in Birmingham at Legion Field. Yes, the same Legion Field the Pirates have played in. And listen to this. All 8 teams in the league will all play in Birmingham at, yes, you guessed it, Legion Field. It is the 4th attempt to launch a league with the same name. Here are the 8 teams. The Birmingham Stallions, coached by former ECU head coach Skip Holtz, who was out of work after being let go at Louisiana Tech. Houston Gamblers, New Orleans Breakers, Tampa Bay Bandits, Michigan Panthers, New Jersey Generals, Philadelphia Stars, and Pittsburgh Maulers. Each team will have a 38-man active roster and a 7-man practice squad. Besides Holtz, listen to some of the names of the other head coaches: Kevin Sumlin, Larry Fedora, Jeff Fisher, and Mike Riley. The USFL gives it another shot. Shot number 4. Does anyone really care? Come on back again next time, and we'll visit inside the booth.
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, offensive line coach for East Carolina University football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, mark your calendars. On April 23rd, Christie's Europub is celebrating 20 years of business, and they want you to help celebrate by coming out to Christie's for a day full of drinks, food, and fun. Come and enjoy live music from the Still Shakers, Mac and Juice, and David Dixon. The party starts at 12, and for menu items, drink specials, or more information, be sure to check out their website at christieseuropub.com. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live as we wrap up hour number 1 of the show. Take a look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dubuck.
Dubuck.
How about 17 baseball games today? There's only
17.
There's 30 teams. 30 divided by 2, 15, which means we have 2 doubleheaders or double-handers,
One
as
of
Chandler
them
would say.
being the Nationals.
That's right, and the Nationals are leading the Diamondbacks right now, heading into the 9th inning, 6-1 that score. So the Nationals about to lock up Game 1. Nelly Cruz has a hit and a run scored. Josh Bell has 2 runs, 2 hits and a run scored today. And let's see, Juan Soto, not much, 0 for 2, a run scored. But the Nationals 6-1 over the Diamondbacks, and they'll play Game 2 later today. Another game going on as we speak. The Giants just added a couple of runs. They lead the Mets 4-1 in New York. Freddie Freeman had his first home run as a Dodger last night. It was against the Braves in the Dodgers' victory over Atlanta. They play again tonight. The Yankees are in Detroit to face the Tigers. Garrett Cole on the mound at 6:40 on ESPN+. Some other series going on. Blue Jays and Red Sox in Boston. 7:10 start time tonight. And Igoe's Mariners will be taking on the struggling Texas Rangers. That one at 9:40 later tonight. Orioles in action. Got some late night baseball coming up tonight as the O's are at the Oakland Athletics. We'll talk to Mark Brown, CamdenChat.com, about the O's and look around Major League Baseball coming up later on. I got excited for the NBA playoffs for 1.5 evenings, and it was the Minnesota Timberwolves play-in tournament game that got me excited. And then the following night, the Hornets lost by 30. And since then, it's been tough for me to get into these games. But I think I will eventually. I'm just not there yet. Coming up tonight, Hawks at Heat, Game 2 of that series. Miami won Game 1. The Timberwolves, surprisingly, knocked off the Grizz in Game 1 of that series. Memphis trying to even it out tonight in the FedEx Forum. That's at 8:30. And then late night, it'll be the Suns, big favorites over the Pelicans. So not a great night at least on the schedule. I guess if I want to, I don't know, Hawks Heat and T-Wolves Grizzlies could be interesting, Chandler. I think the Suns manhandled the Pelicans in that series.
Yeah, I'm not going to be worried about watching that game. I'm like you. I do like the T-Wolves and Grizzlies game. That series, I think, is going to turn out to be a really good one. What a great start for the Timberwolves. Could you imagine, Clip? I'm going to pull a Troy D. Could you imagine if the Timberwolves win the series? You thought the crowd was crazy and Pat Beverly was crazy for that play-in tournament win. Imagine if they get a win for this first round.
Do they do a parade between rounds 1 and 2?
I don't know. But so looking forward to the continuation of this series. And, yeah, I'm like you. I think the Suns will take care of business.
So if they're able to knock off the Grizzlies, that would set them up with the red-hot Golden State Warriors. So, man, Mr. Future was looking at, and it might not come to fruition, but I was looking at the Sixers and the Warriors just because those teams were, at the time I was looking at it, like plus 1,000 to win the championship. And now I think the Warriors go on a run here, and I think the Raptors will win at least one game in Toronto, maybe 2. But I don't know. All of a sudden, I don't think the Sixers will be there at the end, but they've looked good so far. I'll say that in their series with Toronto.
Talk about the Warriors. Last night, Steph said that he's back. I guess he means playoff Steph, because we saw for many years there this Warriors team just go on an absolute crazy, not just playoff runs, but regular season runs too. But when they came to the playoffs, they were just a well-oiled machine and hard to stop, and that's what it's looking like right now.
I looked at the score last night. They were down 7, I think, in the first quarter, and then I looked again, and they were up by 7 at half. I mean, just in the blink of an eye, they go on those runs. All right, there is your scoreboard, brought to you by Buck. Your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. And we'll have a score for you tonight on our social media after East Carolina takes on UNCW. We'll talk about that one when we return on Pirate Radio Live with former ECU great Seth Maness. He's now on the dark side, the bad side. He's with UNCW. But we'll talk about his Pirate memories, what he's up to today, his MLB memories, and a whole lot more. Seth Maness joins us on the other side. We're back with you after this.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. All products and services are on sale at our Spring Extravaganza, April 4th through the 8th. BeautyBarMedispa.com. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
You know, texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com. Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulf of Mexico, a huge 38-ounce lime margarita for only $7.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by First Bank. Together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Visit the First Bank location on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville for all your personal and business banking needs. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back from Sales to Service. Greenville Auto World has all of your vehicle needs covered. You can shop all of their inventory now at greenvilleautoworld.net. And if you're also looking for someone to service your vehicle, they have a full service and repair facility. They do brakes, oil changes, tires, inspections, and they can repair any kind of vehicle. Greenville Auto World, across from Speedway at Bells Fork, and online at greenvilleautoworld.net. Thanks to Tim Sutton and Jim Rogers for their sponsorship of the program. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, back with you, Hour 2, Pirate Radio Live. Let's talk some baseball this hour, the MLB variety later on, and the ECU and college variety right now. As joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line, former Pirate great, St. Louis Cardinal, Kansas City Royal, and now the coordinator of player development at UNCW. He is Seth Maness, joining us today on the Pirate Radio Live line. Seth, great to have you back on Pirate Radio. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you joining us here on the show today. It is game day, Pirates and Seahawks at Clark LeClaire Stadium coming up at 6:30. And Seth, you got that title, Coordinator of Player Development. It's a pretty broad title. So could you give us your day-to-day duties? What are you doing with UNCW this season?
I'm mainly helping out Kelly Sechrist with the pitchers, helping them trying to, honestly throw more strikes. That's been our, struggle this year, trying to get more in the zone a little bit and really helping out wherever I can, whatever Coach Hood needs.
And Seth, how did you end up at UNCW? What was the, do you have a connection there?
Not really, honestly. I knew Hood a little bit, just, meeting him place to place, but wanted to get back into baseball. I love the college level. I feel like that's the last, true, everybody's pulling in the same direction. Pro ball is a little different. Guys get on their own a little bit, and the team game kind of lacks. So it goes to the back burner a little bit. And so in the Wilmington area, and trying to help out, and had a little opening and stepped in, and rest is history.
Seth Maness joining us. Seth, you've had one meeting with East Carolina this year. Is it strange to be on the other side of the purple and gold? How strange is that for you?
It is. It's a little bittersweet, seeing the always a Pirate at heart, and watching them, been following their, Cliff's done a hell of a job recently, and been watching them year to year while still playing and stuff, and now seeing them across the lines is a little different story.
Seth Maness joining us. East Carolina taking on UNCW today. The Pirates were able to get the Seahawks earlier this year in a good one at Brooksfield, 3-1. The rematch coming up tonight, 6:30 at Clark LeClaire Stadium. And let's talk about some of your memories there pitching with East Carolina, Seth. And when you left school, you had a lot of records for Pirates wins and strikeouts, I believe, and all sorts of records. So when you think back to being on that mound in Greenville, what are some of the memories that come to mind for you?
One of the biggest things I tell everybody, I think, is probably hands down the best place to play college baseball, the atmosphere-wise in the state. And, I mean, you really don't appreciate that till you go to, another school midweek game, and there may be a couple hundred people there at max, and go to a, midweek game at Clark LeClaire, and, the couple thousand people. It's a special place, and the fans are so good. And that's really one of the biggest things I took away from playing in East Carolina, how good the fans were.
And Seth, it's funny you bring up fans. Great crowd, obviously, that follows Pirate baseball. But when I talk to the East Carolina players, we talk to them every Monday here on the show. They actually say UNCW is one of their favorite places to play on the road because of the fans there and how rowdy they get and things like that. So you've been able to experience that on two different sides now.
Oh, definitely. That East Carolina rolls into Wilmington. It's always first a little in-state battle, and the fans really come out for that. It's been fun to see.
Seth, you've pitched on so many different levels, including the highest level you can get to, and that's pitching in the playoffs, pitching in the World Series. And I got to ask, what's it? You always try to make it the same, right? No matter what venue you're in, no matter the stage, but pitching in the World Series compared to pitching a midweek game at East Carolina, are you able to calm those nerves? What's that like when you're on the mound with such high stakes?
I mean, definitely. You better be able to calm those nerves there, because that's really the mound distance didn't change. The hitters a little better and everything, but still you have to play your game, and that's what I try to preach. You have to perfect your craft. Each pitcher, you have to learn what makes you go and what makes you tick, and be under control at those times when you get elevated out there. And if you succumb to the moment, you're going to be more up in the zone and not be able to handle it as well. And you have to keep it as simple as possible. Learning yourself, and that's what I try to preach to them.
Seth, how much change has there been in baseball, just going back to 2013-14 when you're in the big leagues, or even prior to that at East Carolina, and today with all the computer technology, and what's the same, what's different, what are you kind of teaching now that maybe you didn't do when you played?
The biggest thing I've seen is, of course, the emphasis on velocity is, the pitching. Nobody really pitches anymore, in my opinion, and that's kind of been the lost art. The focus on, everything's so nasty. The velo's good, everybody's slider, off speed's so good, but we're having trouble coming in the zone now. So that's why I feel like the games are taking a little bit longer. There's more walks out there. Yes, everybody's stuff is nastier, but being consistently in the zone, which I feel like was my main craft, and it's kind of gone to the back burner a little bit.
So you're kind of glad you were, all that stuff was probably here and coming around when you were pitching in the bigs, but not to the effect of where it is now. Are you kind of glad you missed out on all the computer technology that's around today that probably helped out the style of pitching you had, I would imagine?
So I think that's probably what ran me out of the game. I was very sexy on the analytical side. I didn't do much good. I was just competing, and hopefully my defense was working that day, and they were hitting it to somebody, because I didn't do anything very special with the velo or stuff wise. I was just more of a competitor.
So who with the style of your pitching, who were your favorites to watch when you were coming up, Seth? Who did you like watching pitch?
I was a big Braves fan growing up, watching Maddox, Glavine, those guys, the late 90s, and I really loved Greg Maddox. He's my guy, and I wanted to be him, and the way he's able to move the ball in, out, up, down. I thought that had the hitters hitting his pitch, and then that was my guy.
Seth, I'm sure you've been asked this a million times. Who were some of the toughest hitters you faced in the bigs? Who's somebody you just couldn't get out?
Probably Todd Frazier, the Todd father. He owned me. I don't know if I got him out. I think he was like 9 for 10 off me. But facing Judge Stanton, those guys. See them on TV doesn't do them justice. They are monsters in the box, and very intimidating to pitch to.
Was there anybody that was an all-star, a really good hitter that for some reason you had their number? Anybody you dominated out there?
I wouldn't say I dominated many people. I was more smoke and mirrors guy, and very fortunate.
And St. Louis is known as one of the best crowds in the big. So you went from great crowds in Greenville to pitching in front of the Cardinal faithful. That'd be pretty cool for you.
Yes, truly blessed with that. I always tell a story. My dad came, I think it was a Tuesday day game, and there was 40,000 people there. And my dad asked the person he was sitting next to, and he says, "Nobody work in this town?" It's not when the Cardinals are playing. So, just fortunate to be there as well.
That's pretty cool. Seth Maness joining us. So, Seth, what's next for you? You're in this role right now with UNCW. Do you want to get into managing? Do you want to be on the development side of things? What's the goal for you as you continue your baseball career in this aspect of it?
I'm honestly not 100%. I really enjoy being around the college game. I would love to stick with that if possible, but I get my biggest kick is, helping guys out, teaching them something and watching that transition and watching them figure that out and, start to have a little bit more success and, just any way I can. Kelly Sechrist is doing a great job down here, and I've been fortunate to be able to talk baseball with him a lot, and I think I just want to stay around the college baseball program if I can.
And you're right when it comes to it's a pure form of the game. You watch East Carolina play, and this, Seth, watching them and scouting them, they will drop down a bunt quicker than just about anybody. So they'll do some small ball, they'll hit the long ball. But as far as the changes we see in Major League Baseball, is college kind of a more pure form of the game when you compare it to the pro level and what happens these days?
That's what I feel like it is, guys, that team effort. We're going to do whatever it is to get this win tonight. And, unfortunately at the pro level, sometimes guys go out, get their 3 hits and then team lose. It's all good, because you're hoping to move on. That's the ultimate goal for everybody that plays. You want to get there. And so a little bit of the team game gets lost in the flow of things.
Seth Maness joining us. Seth, the old phrase, I hear it in football a lot, but baseball too, the best ability is availability. And it's just a shame that, baseball is a game of failure when you look at averages and things like that, but also you're going to get hurt at times. So, how tough is that being a baseball player? What do you tell to maybe your young guys that get hurt that, hey, this happens to everybody. It's not the end. You got to keep on going. It's part of it, right?
Unfortunately, it is. Being an overhead thrower, unnatural motion. It's always, lingering thought. It could be in the back of your head, but you got to go with, leave it out on the field every day. You get the chance to play. Can't be thinking about that. And, if that road does come and you encounter energy, like mentally it'll beat you down, but it's one day at a time. And what can I do to get better? If it's surgery or rehabbing, one day at a time and, get back out there, whatever. But when you have the ability to be out there, give them hell.
Seth Maness joining us. Seahawks coming off a sweep over Towson as they come to Greenville today to take on the Pirates. Seth, you're hoping your team can get this thing going here at the end of the year. 21-13 overall, 6-3 in conference play. So a pretty good year for UNCW, and still time to put together a special season here for you guys.
Definitely. It's always been tough to win on the road, and everybody knows coming to Clark Clare is not an easy place to get a road win. So hope it's a good game. Fill it up, and we come out on top.
Well, Seth, great to talk with you, man. Great to hear your voice back on Pirate Radio. Keep up the great work there, and we'll talk to you again down the road, man.
Well, I really appreciate you having me. Thanks so much.
Seth Maness joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. Great to have Seth back in Greenville. Wish it wasn't in a UNCW uniform, but that's great that he's starting now another part of his baseball career, which has spanned a long time now, and was able to make a lot of money pitching in the bigs, and now is looking to go into coaching, and says he really prefers and enjoys the college baseball game. So it's more of a team game than a me game, and we might see his name a long time in the college baseball world. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk some Major League Baseball, some O's, and more with Mark Brown from CamdenChat.com. Orioles, the late night West Coast baseball this week as they take on the A's and the Angels, coming off a series win over the Yankees. That's pretty rare. as Baltimore has been dominated by the Bombers really up until I think last year. They were able to get a few wins against them, but to win a home series against the Yankees, something to talk about if you're an O's fan. We'll talk about it with Mark Brown when we return after this.
The celebration is on. Save the date for Saturday, May 14th as the town of Farmville celebrates 150 years with a Black Tie Gala from 7 to 11 p.m. Music will be provided by the Raheem Walker Project and dinner will be served. Tickets are $75 per person or $650 for a reserved table for 8. All proceeds benefit the Farmville Chamber of Commerce, and to purchase tickets, call 753-4671. Save the date and enjoy a night out on the town at the Farmville Black Tie Gala Saturday, May 14th.
Your first stop for shopping is at Shimmer Boutique. This is Ashley from Shimmer. We are fully stocked with the latest apparel, shoes, and accessories and more. If you need gift ideas or some shopping therapy for yourself, stop by today. Looking for the hottest shoes on the market? Shimmer has the biggest selection of Hey Dudes anywhere. Shimmer has the newest Yeti products and colors. Want this year's most popular bag? Shimmer has a great selection of all your bog bag needs and accessories. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, and Jacksonville.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
Mow like a pro with Hustler Turf zero-turn mowers. They engineer their mowers to be maintenance and service friendly for the everyday homeowner while not sacrificing the build and cut quality they're known for. From the heavy-duty frame to the welded steel deck to their trademark smooth track steering, Hustler Turf zero-turn mowers deliver professional grade cut quality for a perfectly manicured lawn. Come into Ron Ayers Motorsports to see the Hustler difference for yourself today. Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Welcome to U.S. Cellular. Yeah, hi. I want a new phone for free, but not just any phone. I want the newest, fastest, most storage holding 5G unlimited data using phone in here for free.
Sure, your choice.
Really?
Yep.
At U.S. Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone from any brand free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
We all love using Uber Eats, DoorDash, and grocery pickup. It makes life so much easier. Well, now there is cellular delivery, and the team at Cellular Warehouse has perfected the process. They will deliver your new phone right to your door with all your information loaded on the new phone. And the best thing is there is no charge for this awesome service. And you don't have to waste half the day sitting in a Cellular store. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 and let his team of experts make your cellular delivery today. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent, serving all of Eastern North Carolina.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
Pirate Radio. Pirate Radio. Pirate Radio.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by First Bank. Together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Visit the First Bank location on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville for all your personal and business banking needs. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? We'll keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All righty. Got some day baseball going on, watching the Giants have a 4-1 lead over the Mets in the fourth inning. Also, Chandler's Nationals, a winner earlier today over the Diamondbacks 6-1. They'll play again tonight at 7:05. Just a couple of scores there on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, presented by Da Buck. Coming up later tonight, O's and A's going at it in Oakland. Oakland won game one of the series last night. Orioles coming off a series victory over the New York Yankees. And joining us now on the Pirate Radio Live line, Mark Brown from CamdenChat.com covers the O's, and he joins us here today on Pirate Radio Live. Mark, how you doing?
Clip, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, I wanted to get you on because something happened over the weekend that does not happen too often, and that's the Orioles winning 2 of 3 from the New York Yankees. So a fun time there. You had a walk-off mixed in there, and a late-inning rally there in Game 3 to send the Birdland folks home happy this weekend, Mark. And again, that's something that O's fans have not seen a lot over the years, beating the Yankees in a series.
No, you're right. It was funny last year. The Orioles ended up doing the best versus the Yankees of any AL East team, which turned out to be they went 8-11 against the Yankees, which is still not very good. But considering the Rays, the Orioles went 1-18 against the Rays. It was pretty funny that they did so well against the Yankees. Carried over into the first season there. As you noted, we got a walk-off. My fiance and I were there that night. That was a late night. For that game, went 11 innings, so we did get the walk-off walk to end it and have everybody go home happy. So, you're absolutely right. It's never bad when the Orioles beat the Yankees 2 out of 3.
And how about the pitching? I mean, you think Yankees, you think of all the big bats in the lineup. How are those O's pitchers able to keep those Yankees bats quiet over the weekend?
Yeah, Clip, if you had told me 10 days ago or so that the Orioles were only going to have allowed 35 runs so far through their first 10 games, I would have been thinking, oh my gosh, this is amazing. How is that possibly going to happen? 3.5 runs a game on average. The downside of that is the Orioles offense has only scored 22 runs, 2.2 runs per game. So I think how the pitching is able to do it, maybe there's been some improvement by the Orioles in terms of what they're having pitchers do. It would be nice to believe that. I think probably there's some kind of league-wide explanation because offense has dipped across the entire league, it seems like. Pitchers are ascendant through the first couple weeks of the season. We'll see if, as the season goes along, is there going to be some kind of, did it turn out MLB secretly changed the baseball? Of course, this season is the first where every stadium in use in the league is using a humidor, which was first introduced in Coors Field to kind of try and dampen offense in the mile-high environment out there in Denver. So that's evolved over time, and now they're using humidors in every stadium to kind of try and standardize, okay, they store the baseballs in these devices to try and kind of make sure that they're kept at the same temperature and pressure everywhere. So theoretically, that would standardize offense across the league, regardless of the specific temperature in the city. That's going on now. I feel like it's possible that maybe they've tuned it a little too tight, and that's dampening the offense. So we'll see if that comes out as the season's gone along.
O's scored 1 run last night in their 5-1 loss against Oakland. It is a long West Coast trip for Baltimore as they'll take on the A's for 3 more games. We'll have Tuesday and Wednesday night late night games for you right here on Pirate Radio, and then this weekend when they take on the Angels. And Mark, early in the year, West Coast trip for the O's, and just trying to keep their head above water here because you could, win 2 out of 3 from the Yankees, head west, and then come back home with a 7-game losing streak or something like that. So Orioles trying to avoid that here on this trip.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be nice if they could do that. If they're going to do that, they're really going to need to start hitting better. As you said, just scoring the 1 run last night. The Orioles, so far through the first 10 games, they have the worst slugging percentage of any American League team. They're slugging a cool .293. It's unbelievably bad. They've only hit 4 home runs so far. Again, that's the worst in the American League. They've got the most strikeouts of any American League offense. They've struck out 110 times in 10 games. It's pretty bad. There's at least 4 regular players who are batting under 200, including Cedric Mullins, last year's breakout All-Star. Ramon Urias, who was one of the better players last year, also is below that Mendoza line, as well as Rougned Odor, who is most well known for punching Jose Bautista in the face, and he was with the Texas Rangers. Has not really covered himself in glory early in his Orioles tenure. So, I mean, guys are going to need to start hitting if we're going to avoid, as you said, the Orioles coming back after losing like 7 straight games out there.
Yeah, Mark, you can follow Mark on Twitter. You can also follow at Camden Chad. And following the Camden Chad account, it seems like you're not a big Odor guy here early on.
No, it's just, he hasn't been good for a long time. And I don't know why exactly they were like, okay, let's bring him in. He's not very good at the one position he does play, which is second base. We saw that in last night's game. He committed a key error that led to 2 unearned runs scoring in the 6th inning when the Athletics got 4 runs off the Orioles that proved to be decisive in the game. So far, he's not hitting. So he hasn't given me much reason to be excited about him being here yet. And if he hits like 5 home runs in the next 5 games, I'm a bandwagoner when it comes to Orioles play.
All right.
They're doing good. I'm a fan, but if they're not doing good and it's not someone where it's like, okay, this guy's a prospect where I want to have some patience, or this guy's kind of an established veteran where I want to have some patience. Rougned Odor was just kind of, the Orioles were the only team that was willing to pay him to play. Of course, he's also getting paid to go away by his previous teams because he had signed a lucrative deal with his old team, the Texas Rangers, and then got released there, which is why the Orioles have him for basically the major league minimum. So I guess that made him an attractive signing, but. He just hasn't done anything yet. And again, it's only 10 games, so whatever. He could be a slow start. He turns around, but he's been on a downward trajectory through the last several seasons and hasn't done much through the first few weeks here a couple weeks to make me feel like he's changing the trajectory.
Mark Brown, CamdenChat.com, joining us. Mark, the most wins in baseball so far this season. No shocker. The Dodgers knocking off the Braves last night. Freddie Freeman hitting his first home run as a Dodger against the Braves. You could have predicted that one. And then the second most wins in baseball, there is a logjam for 4 teams with 7 wins. One of those teams is the New York Mets, and Buck Showalter in that dugout. We've already seen Buck have a shouting match with an opposing team. We also saw him get a lot of credit for having a player steal a base during an appeal, and Buck Showalter got a lot of credit for that, for knowing the baseball rules where some may not. And I don't know, as an O's fan, you saw some success with Buck Showalter when he was there as the manager. What do you think about Buck being back in the game as the Mets manager, Mark?
Clip, as I've told you before, I'm happy for Buck that he's got another job. I really hope it goes well for him up there. It would kind of defy history a little bit if he has a very good first season, because as we became familiar with in Baltimore, the quote-unquote Buck Showalter effect really would only take place in like his second full season somewhere, which we saw in the Orioles, in that they had a good stretch when he was first hired in 2010. The 2011 season was not very good, and then 2012, the second full season of Buck, the Orioles were suddenly good. So, and he did the same in his previous managerial stops, where it was the second season where he really made a difference. So, if he can just do it right away with the Mets, especially when they've got the injury problems for their number one guy, Jacob deGrom, I think that would be great. It would be a great story. Of course, with the Orioles connection, I would be really happy for him to find some success there. So, I hope he can keep finding some stuff deep in the rule book and pulling off the surprises, like, as you said, the steal during the appeal was, it's just baseball is more fun when there's fun little capers like that going on, especially when it's a Buck Showalter team doing stuff like that.
And speaking of former Orioles, Mark, and I'm sorry to bring this up. This is a tough name for you, but it is in the news. Jake Arrieta announced his retirement.
You're going to say it. Yeah.
Sorry. You don't have fond memories. Well, I think it was more about what he did when he left Baltimore, right? Young with the Cubs, that irks you.
Well, he was just such a frustrating player when he was here because it was just, you could always sense the talent. Like, he always did enough to make you believe, okay, there's something there. And there was just always like a hurdle or two within a game that he just couldn't overcome. It seemed like could never sustain just a solid stretch of pitching well. And then he would have these stretches of disaster, get demoted to the minors, dominate there, come back, and just look lost. And just for whatever reason, he couldn't put it together here. So it was, and still is frustrating that then he got traded to Chicago, and somehow they managed to get him to have that consistent success. Should that be a condemnation of the Orioles pitching development program at that time? Possibly. Was there something about Arrieta? Did he really just need the shock of, okay, the change of scenery suddenly made him approach baseball with a different focus? Was he maybe a little complacent about his talent until he realized, oh wow, I got to straighten out, I got traded, somebody doesn't want me anymore? I don't know. It's been long enough ago now, I guess, that I was really playing up the frustration when you brought up his name. But it certainly past Mark was pretty frustrated when Arrieta got traded in 2013, and then went on to win that 2015 Cy Young Award in the National.
Yeah.
But he's called it a career, and not many players ultimately can say they were good enough to win that Cy Young. So, although, as I said, my 2013 self wouldn't believe me for saying it. Congratulations to Arrieta on a good career.
There you go. You've matured, Mark. Mark Brown came to chat. Came to chat.com, joining us. Give us are we on, Adley Rutschman watch? How about the prospects for the O's? I'm sure you're keeping an eye on what's going on with all those guys, and at what point are we going to see some of these new Orioles faces?
So Adley Rutschman, we're kind of still on the injury watch. He suffered a little bit of a forearm soreness when there was a minor league scrimmage before the big league spring training even opened. That was about a month ago, so he hasn't played in any kind of organized game action since then. Supposedly, he's going to be able to get into Norfolk games soon. That's what GM Mike Elias suggested. So hopefully he's going to move quick once he does that. We'll see what's to come there. As an Orioles fan, I tend towards being pessimistic just from the last several years of reality. But, Rutschman, the sky is the limit, it feels like. Switch hitting catcher, good at both sides of the plate, good hitting, good for power, good defensively. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him. I'm also looking forward to seeing pitchers he's going to be catching. The two guys that are the closest are pitching for the AAA Norfolk Tides right now. One of them is Grayson Rodriguez, a former Orioles first-round pick. Another is Kyle Bradish, who was acquired in the Dylan Bundy trade from the Angels a couple years ago. They're both doing really well so far for Norfolk. The Orioles are probably going to make sure that they're getting their innings built up after, the 2020 season where the minor leagues just didn't happen. They don't want to rush guys. And then, of course, again, the shortened big league spring training this year, they don't want to be trying to make everybody go 7 innings, 100 pitches right away and have people get hurt. So they're kind of slow playing some of these guys. I think we're probably not going to start seeing the pitchers until maybe July. Rutschman, I still am holding out hope we're maybe going to see him before or not too long after May the 1st. He was probably going to, Rutschman was potentially an opening day roster candidate before he had that forearm injury, as we saw a number of teams across the league have their top prospects debut, including another former number one pick who was debuted with the Tigers, Spencer Torkelson. Royals had Bobby Witt Jr. debut. Mariners had an outfield prospect, Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah.
All those guys were on the opening day roster. Rutschman was hurt, so that was a big bummer. I don't know if the Orioles would have joined that trend or not, but I'm really excited to see Rutschman. I hope he is healthy within days, as is currently being suggested, and can join the Orioles within a couple weeks.
Mark Brown, CamdenChat.com. Games going on as we speak, Mark. You're a records guy. You like the baseball history and everything. There are 17 baseball games today. The math doesn't check out. That means everybody's playing, and there's 2 doubleheaders. So I don't know what the record books say, Mark, but is this the most games in one day in Major League Baseball history? It's got to be close to it.
Oh, I don't have that encyclopedia page cracked open. I tell you what, but yeah, it is an interesting quirk. And of course, fortunately, this year we're back to doubleheaders or full length. There's no more of that 7-inning, each game shenanigans. So, going to be a long day for a couple teams there. One of those is not too far from me. I live near Washington Nationals territory. Rained out yesterday. Now they're playing a doubleheader today. So, I guess the question is that going to help break some offense across baseball? Because I think I saw over the weekend that when they played on Sunday, there was like the fewest home runs that had ever been hit in a day.
Oh, wow.
With that number of games was like happened just on Sunday. So again, it's part of this trend of, for whatever reason, offense is down. I don't know when that's going to break. Of course, the weather warming up always tends to bring out more offense.
Yeah.
Even relative to past Aprils, it's really things are really slow right now for scoring runs. So
interesting.
That's kind of the big ongoing story, and what exactly is causing it, they're going to have to pick apart. As more baseball is played, but. So, will some of that break out today in this 17-game slate day, as you said? It's a lot of baseball, so that's good for a baseball fan.
Well, if you're up late checking out the O's, head over to CamdenChat.com, and you guys will be up, Mark, with the coffee, watching the O's take on the A's, right?
Oh, yes. We will be awake. Maybe not me specifically quite as long. On recap duty last night. Finished at about 1:30 in the morning. Probably going to sleep a little bit earlier tonight, but we will have people around, East Coast night owls and our folks from other time zones. So
good deal.
Happy to have anybody who's staying up late with the Orioles.
Mark, enjoyed the baseball chat as always, man. We'll reconvene in May and talk more baseball with you, man.
All right, that sounds good. Take care till then.
Mark Brown, CamdenChat.com, joining us, talking some O's, talking some MLB. Giants with a lead over the Mets right now in the 5th inning. That's the only game going on right now in Major League Baseball. Nats a winner earlier today. Braves and Dodgers going at it later tonight. Shirley's Red Sox against the Blue Jays. Igoe's Mariners taking on the Rangers. It is a full day in Major League Baseball. Take a timeout, come back, and wrap up Hour 2. Get you ready for Hour 3. Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, will join us. Igoe may have some basketball scoop for us. We'll see how much he wants to divulge on checking out some ECU basketball practice with Mike Schwartz. We'll talk Pirate baseball. We'll talk some Pirate football as well. Have our portal update. That and more on the way in Hour 3. Also, we'll make you a winner. A lot more to go on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For 2 years in a row, we've been voted #1 in Greenville, so we're super thankful. For 2022, we've decided to make it the year of the customer. We're taking more COVID health safety protocols with some personal test drives where, you don't have the salesperson riding along with the customer. It actually makes them a little bit more comfortable, and they can take a drive and kind of go where they want to go and drive it how they want to drive it.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers for my friends at Arc Point Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust Arc Point Labs to give you quick and accurate results for all your laboratory testing needs. If you are in need of COVID testing for your return to school, work, or for travel, Arc Point Labs is offering same-day PCR and antigen testing with little to no wait time. Please visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina Arc Point Labs locations or make an appointment now at onehourcovidresults.com. Go Pirates!
In Greenville, you know how much it means to have neighbors you can count on. Like the one who mowed your lawn that week you were sick. Well, here's another good neighbor you can count on. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer. Timothy and his team are here to help life go right when you combine home and auto insurance, which can save you money and time. So combine home and auto and start the savings rolling. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer at 493-0002 and start saving today.
Bring the bright, fresh colors of spring home during Bostic Sugg Furniture's signature Spring Styles event. A little style here, a little color there. Make any room come alive for less. We have so many beautiful ways to refresh your home at savings that look good in any season. Plus, 6 months special financing. Pamper yourself with a new Serta or Restonic mattress and enjoy 48 months special financing with no minimum purchase during the signature Spring Styles event on now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Crust is the most important part of stuffed crust. It's half the name. Papa John's crust is made from 6 simple ingredients. 7 if you count all this cheese. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Hey Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is only $13 and is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. They thank you for your continued support and trust during these trying times. Many services can be done remotely and free pickup and delivery is available. As a Dell business partner and Apple authorized service provider, you can count on University PC Care for all your personal and business tech support needs. To make a remote appointment or to bring in your device for service at their Greenville or New Bern locations, call 558-1280 or go online at universitypccare.com.
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by First Bank. Together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Visit the First Bank location on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville for all your personal and business banking needs. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the over 55,000 followers today. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, wrapping up hour 2 of today's show. Stay tuned, hour 3. If you're a Pirate fan, you'll want to tune in. Steve and Igoe, Hoist the Colors, will be here. Talk Pirate hoops, Pirate football, Pirate baseball, and more with Igoe. Last night was not into the NBA playoff games. Braves had a late start against the Dodgers, so I was looking for something to watch. And The Batman was released on HBO Max. And I started it kind of late. And I had watched, it was all right. It was pretty good. I was into it, but I felt like an hour and a half of it. And I hit pause to see how much time was left, and it still said 2 hours. It's like, how long is this freaking movie? It's about 3 hours. So I will go home and finish that tonight. But the new Batman, how many times have they reset this story? There's been
a million.
Keaton, which I enjoyed. And then I don't know how far that story went. Who was the next one? Clooney?
George Clooney?
Was it Clooney or Val Kilmer? Which one came first?
Might have been Kilmer. Yeah. You're right.
So you had Clooney, you had Val Kilmer.
Now, I really like the reboot with Christian Bale.
I did. The Dark Knight, I did enjoy that one.
Dark Knight might be
A little bit of a different take on
much darker.
Batman. Much darker,
as the name says.
Much darker Joker.
Yes, with
Heath Ledger, which, and
I didn't really like Bane.
I loved Jack Nicholson as the Joker in Michael Keaton's version.
While I was watching it last night, Shirley,
Dance with the Devil in the Pale Moonlight.
Yes, I was thinking of that line.
Yeah.
Ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
He was a creepy Joker, but in
Had
a
the
more
long gun.
Yeah, but it was more true to the comic book version of Batman as opposed to Heath Ledger's version of the Joker.
When they danced to that Prince song as they gas up the place in the Jack Nicholson.
Help me.
They splatter paint on all the.
I'm kind of remembering.
Well, I do remember the Prince song because it was called Bat Dance. That was actually the name of it, and it actually has the sample of the line "Ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight" in the song.
Okay.
But I don't recall the song playing during that scene. I'll have to go back and see if I can't find it.
I like
That's interesting.
The song's also played in The Last Dance. They're showing Michael Jordan highlights, and I can't remember what you said. It's Bat Dance.
I thought, yeah, that's the one that Prince did. Hold on.
All right, we got to Google something up.
We're going to Google it up.
I like Catwoman in the new one. Turns out it's the daughter of Lenny Kravitz. I did not know that while watching it. Is she popular? Is she a famous actress?
Zoe Kravitz?
Yeah. What's she been in?
She's been in a couple of things. I can't remember right off the top of my head.
The Batman. Divergent. Oh, Kimmy. I've seen that. That was on HBO Max. That's a new movie. Okay, she's that girl. I have seen that. All right, I've seen her somewhere.
The Batman soundtrack.
When I think Batman soundtrack, I think of Kiss from a Rose. Kissed by a Rose. What's it called? The Seal song.
Oh, the whole Batman soundtrack is basically it's a studio album by Prince.
This is the original? Mm-hmm. Like the
1989.
OG? Okay. Who's the female lead?
The top 5 Prince songs from
They're in a museum. The Joker museum dance scene.
Why is that doing that? I hate it when it does that. I
love how I'm looking at the phone like a dad would.
I wonder if it was Party Man.
Party Man. That's it.
That's it.
How did it go?
Oh,
Party Man.
Well, I'm about to pull it up here.
Well, be careful. We don't want to get flagged.
Potty Man?
Party Man.
I'm on the potty. I'm Potty Man.
I might need to YouTube this, I guess, after the show. Okay. That's not really ringing a bell. I need to see the scene, I guess.
Yeah, I do remember the video because he dressed up as the Joker for the video.
All right.
A Joker-esque outfit.
I've never seen a Robert Pattinson movie. So he was in those vampire
Twilight
movies, correct?
Twilight movie. He was also
where he looked like a skinny pale is what I was going for.
I was wondering
a scale.
What's that?
A skinny pale dude.
Okay.
And I don't know how much CGI is included in this new Batman, but he's a big dude. That can't be all him. That's got to be CGI.
I don't know because I haven't seen.
He looks
the Batman
like a man.
Now
I've only seen him as a boy.
He was also, if you watched any of the Harry Potter movies,
did not.
Okay, he was Cedric Diggory, who, if you watched the
I know Cedric
Goblet of Fire,
okay.
The Goblet of Fire episode, he plays Cedric Diggory, who, spoiler alert, dies in the movie. But
I like these superhero movies. I will say, like, we are completely overdone with superhero stuff.
Well, I like superhero movies as long as that either there's a continuance of the story that you know, or there's a different take on it. Like, for example, we went from Keaton to Christian Bale, basically. I like that kind of different take. some go a little too far, but like just yesterday, they released the trailer for Thor's new movie, Love and Thunder.
I really like Thor Ragnarok. Is that what it's called?
Ragnarok was really good.
That's a fun movie.
Ragnarok was a fun movie. I loved Dark World.
Is that the first one?
No, that's the second one.
Okay.
Ragnarok would have been the third. But I really liked Thor Dark World. But Natalie Portman returns as Thor's love interest, but also as Mighty Thor, who is the female version of Thor, which is kind of cool. So I like superhero movies anyway. The only one that has really disappointed me as far as superhero movies is the second Wonder Woman. The first Wonder Woman was outstanding.
Never saw it.
With Gal Gadot, but the
second one, is it called like 1980?
Yeah, it's called 1989, and I was
was
so excited to watch it because 80s is my wheelhouse, and my first like real superhero, like Jason's is Spider-Man. That's what like his first superhero that he kind of really liked was Spider-Man. Mine was Wonder Woman. I grew up watching Linda Carter on TV, and I was extremely disappointed in the second one. First one I thought was great.
We are in a superhero
rabbit hole. Sorry.
Well, yeah, but just a renaissance, I guess, with all these movies and TV
but
shows.
I love it though,
and everything.
I don't mind it as long as it's a good story and it kind of sucks you in.
Cool.
But if it sucks, I'm not going to be happy about it.
All right. So
I mean, how many Superman movies have we seen over the years? We could see. I mean,
there was that random one in 2007.
Which one?
Like
who was
Superman Returns?
Is that the Henry Cavill guy?
That might be him.
Did anybody watch the Smallville show?
I love Smallville.
I never watched it.
Why did you bring it up then?
Because it was Superman, right?
It was basically, TV version of it.
Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Color, is going to join us to talk Pirate Athletics. Would you like to join in on the superhero conversation? Have you seen the Batman?
So, I was hold on. Let me get situated here.
All right, you got time.
I was driving in and you brought up the Batman, and I was like, last night it was kind of late for me and Erica. So let's check out this Batman movie. It just came out on HBO Max right around 8:39. We flipped it on, pretty good, and then I'm like, all right, we got to be about halfway through this thing.
Wait, are you copying my story?
I'm just saying what happened last night.
Okay, so what happened?
So I flipped on like the pause button, and there's like still 2 hours left in this movie, and I'm an hour and 15 minutes into it. I'm like, how long is this movie?
This guy.
Legitimately though, the same exact thing happened to me.
That is nuts.
Like and then I had to pause it there because I'm like, I can't get through all this tonight. But I'm interested in the movie because y'all talked about how kind of each. If you're going to redo a superhero movie, there's got to be a different take. This Batman's more like investigative, detective-oriented, I feel like, thus far.
He's at the murder scene at the very beginning.
And he's like, there's more... It's a little bit slower pace, which I guess is why it's 3 hours. But, the Riddler is the villain.
I don't know...
And
I shouldn't say anything until I see the whole movie.
Right. I'm intrigued early on.
The Riddler is not very comic-like.
Yes.
I guess they're going dark.
Yeah, it's a very dark version of the Riddler.
Yeah, see, I like Jim Carrey in his version of the Riddler.
Yeah.
Now, the rest of the movie was kind of but I did like his version of the Riddler.
I would say this guy's about as opposite as you can get from Jim Carrey.
So did you finish it?
No, I still have the 2 hours left.
We stopped.
We're probably at the same exact point.
This is really crazy. So anyway, all right. Well, you finishing it tonight?
Probably not.
I don't know. You got baseball. Yeah.
Probably later this week.
All right. We'll get Igoe's full recap and review of the Batman whenever he and Erica finish it. All right. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll talk Pirate hoops, Pirate baseball, ECU football. We got it all ahead on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly, because grilled to order makes a sub above. At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because Slice to Order makes a sub above.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Your vehicle is a big part of your life. That's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all your vehicle needs. Greenville Auto World believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Visit greenvilleautoworld.net to see their fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Need a lift kit, custom rims, or wheels? Greenville Auto World can upgrade your vehicle today. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 in Greenville.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an Auto Owners Independent Agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with Auto Owners Insurance.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
The celebration is on. Save the date for Saturday, May 14th as the town of Farmville celebrates 150 years with a black tie gala from 7 to 11 p.m. Music will be provided by the Raheem Walker Project, and dinner will be served. Tickets are $75 per person or $650 for a reserved table for 8. All proceeds benefit the Farmville Chamber of Commerce, and to purchase tickets, call 753-4671. Save the date and enjoy a night out on the town at the Farmville Black Tie Gala, Saturday, May 14th.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulf of Mexico. A huge 38-ounce lime margarita for only $7.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
This is Dr. Chris Hasty with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. For more than 35 years, we've been taking care of the student athletes at East Carolina University. We are happy to receive the designation of official team physicians from the university. Whether you need assistance with a sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, my colleagues and I are here to help. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak or the seafood delight pasta. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House can feed your larger crowds with off-site catering and room for 125 in our adjacent banquet hall. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Quality Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer with 28 locations to serve you. Quality Equipment is open in Winterville next to Sam's Club, or you can visit QualityEquip.com to find the location near you. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, where to begin? With Stephen Igoe from Hoist the Colors. Batman Begins was a movie. We're not going to begin there. We've talked about that.
You want to go down another...
No.
Go down another superhero...
Shirley, did you watch Gotham?
Rabbit hole?
The TV show?
I did.
I did watch a little bit of that.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did watch some of it.
All right. We're back. Steven, let's start with...
Big fan of Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't know if I
Same.
watched the second one.
It was really good.
I love the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Those are fun movies. You don't need to... I don't know. I guess you need to know something for all of them. But like when I watched that and when I watched Thor Ragnarok, I feel like I didn't know a lot of the storyline, but I just enjoyed the movie for what it was because it was fun.
Yeah.
All right,
we'll talk ECU now.
What do you want to start? Football, basketball, baseball? I have a question for all three. I don't really have a question for baseball.
Well, then let's do baseball.
All right, how's Jake Kuchmaner doing?
From what I know, he's doing better. It's not like it's a serious injury. At least that is the expectation. I think it's more soreness. I've heard tricep. So it doesn't sound like it's directly in the elbow or anything. And again, I'm not a doctor, but that's just what I've heard.
He's just an old man dealing with injuries.
I don't know if you're watching the game live, but his injury and departure was a little different than the UCF guy. I mean, when the UCF guy left, he was throwing a gym as well. He just spiked a pitch in the dirt and immediately hung his arm like he had been shot and walked straight into the dugout. Whereas Kuchmaner, it looked like it kind of grabbed. Maybe he felt something more so than just absolute pain as he threw it like the Patterson guy. But he kind of pointed into what was the score that?
Sorry, go ahead.
What was the score that time? Like 10-0, or something. A lot to a little.
Right.
There was no need for him to push through it, so he's just like, all right, get me out of here.
Maybe precautionary, hopefully.
And, to me, I would think they would be extra cautious going into the weekend. Like, if he even throws, I would think that it would be the last game of the weekend, depending on how he feels. But, I mean, ideally, you would give him a week off just because you don't want to push through anything and risk it becoming potentially worse.
Do we have a starter for tonight?
CJ Mayhew.
All right, I like it. CJ Mayhew pitched pretty well against NC State. I think gave up one run in a couple innings, but get him on the mound. He was bored this weekend, Igoe. He didn't pitch.
He didn't pitch. I would have to go back and look and see the last time he did not pitch in a weekend.
Now he threw two last Tuesday.
Yes, but I mean he's used to going 3, sometimes 4 times a week. I mean him and Saylor, and obviously Carter Spivey. They went through a whole series without using Spivey and Mayhew.
Wow, they went through a series throwing, I think, eight pitchers, and they have thrown like double that in a game this year, I want to say.
Yeah, I mean, they've thrown 9 or 10 pitchers in a lot of games. So, and we might see 9 or 10 tonight just because you want everybody fresh going into what it amounts to a gargantuan series. Is that correct?
We'll ask Corey Glore when we talk to him on Thursday.
I was texting Corey last night. He submitted speaking of questions, he submitted a question for the VIP chat, which was, do ECU fans still like me, and will they like me this time next week? One fan responded that, is he predicting a Tulane win? I don't like how this is sounding. So one fan was not a big fan of Corey Glore's phrasing.
He is the enemy now. We will speak to the enemy Thursday. We'll talk to our friend and superior play-by-play announcer, Scott Rogers, on Wednesday.
Ask Corey if he's going to try to get in Cliff Godwin's head in the pregame, like go try and interview him like it's a normal, like if it's like he's Cliff on the broadcast.
And is he going to finish it with go lose us the ball game?
Yep.
Because he's always say go win a. Did he say go win us a ball game or go win a ball game?
Go win a ball game.
I feel like he said us.
Let's go win a ball game, coach.
Yeah, maybe it was that. Let's go win a ball game.
Let's go lose a ball game, coach.
Well, Corey. So looking forward to catching up with old Glore as he'll join us coming up Thursday. And I liked it going into UCF. I like it going into the Tulane weekend. UCF was ahead of East Carolina. It feels like we need we're not the horse Igoe that's going to run the Derby wire to wire. We need to chase a horse. You know what I'm saying?
I guess so, yeah.
And
so what you're saying is ECU needs some motivation.
Yes, we need some motivation. We got that going into UCF. So what we need to do is drop game one against Tulane, tie them in the standings, and then win the next two.
Sounds perfectly reasonable, and I'm sure that's what Cliff Godwin's drawing up on the board right now. Hey, let's win tonight, lose Friday, come back, kick their tail Saturday and Sunday. But no, I mean, really, if they win 2 out of 3 this weekend, not to look past tonight because it's an important game, they have the clear inside track to a conference title, because at that point, Houston would really be the only team kind of in your rearview mirror that you hadn't played yet. So, and you get them at home to close the year, and I think they still have to play at UCF and play Cincinnati. Cincinnati quietly sweeping Wichita State on the road and now sitting only 1 game back of ECU as well, and then they come to Clark LeClaire Stadium, I believe, next weekend. So I'm going to get your feel of the Bearcats early in conference play, but really if you go on the road and you win 2 out of 3 at Tulane, I mean, you got to be sitting pretty good as far as a conference championship in the regular season, providing all hell doesn't break loose. But as far as the at-large bid, the American right now ranks 10th in conference RPI.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
What's the highest Igoe they've been over these last years?
They were 5th last year.
Yeah.
I mean, usually they're a top 5 conference. They are 10th.
Man.
This year. And really, you're playing each other at this point. You're not going to move up unless you win a ton of midweek games. But it looks like a one-bid league unless like an ECU or Tulane can just run away with the regular season, improve its standing, and then somebody else will win the conference tournament.
Interested to see what happens with that. I'm still thinking that the Pirates are going to have to win the conference tournament to get in, but like you said, this is their MO too, running through this AAC, and we've seen 1 sweep, 2 conference wins, and if they could do that, either one of those things this weekend, like you said, it would go a long way for East Carolina. So, and Zach Agnos, I believe it was him yesterday that said that you look at the final scores, they're blowouts, and I guess the last game was, but a couple of those games, it's tight midway, and they just have those big innings, Stephen, that we saw, and that is, man, that's great to see. It seems like we haven't seen that a lot this year for East Carolina, but they had a couple of those in Orlando, and you just hope that offense can keep it clicking this weekend.
The most impressive inning was the first game after they got down 6-2 to come back and not receive like a lot of walks or errors or anything. They just pounded UCF pitching, which by the way entered the weekend with a top 10 ERA in the country. They were facing a pitcher that had not allowed an earned run all year. ECU had faced him in the regional Greenville championship last year at Maryland. He was a transfer to UCF from Maryland. So I think they had a little bit of a psychological advantage because they hit him around in that game, as Debbie Yao would say. But, just they were locked in at the plate, man. Even the outs were hit hard. Like, there were a ton of line outs or fly balls to the warning track, a lot of line drives, a lot of hard hit ground balls. I mean, there were very few poor at-bats. I would love to see the quality at-bat tally for each of those 3 games because they made a lot of quality pitching look terrible.
Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, joining us. Mike P. has a question. Hey, Igoe, tougher game, ODU on a Wednesday or UNCW on a Tuesday?
Definitely ODU on a Wednesday. By the way, when I originally made that comment, you remember how bad ODU or nondescript ODU baseball used to be?
We were talking about something, and you said this is not like playing ODU on a Wednesday. You were saying how easy and how,
and this was 4 or 5 years ago when they were an extremely average program.
Average.
Nice callback, Mike P.
Yeah.
And boy, have they become a power, which by the way, their RPI is still like 120 or something. So I don't know, it's kind of a weird year for them because they're like a top 25 caliber club, but they played such a crap non-conference schedule that is, I don't know if they can even get in that large.
Like East Carolina.
Yeah. ECU in a down year now at 54 in the RPI.
We're not the RPI helper we once were.
I mean, really, ECU used to carry this league in RPI.
Yeah.
Still really does. The thing that's holding the American back is like Memphis, South Florida, Wichita, and Cincinnati are all sub 100.
Which South Florida and Wichita has had good years, right, in the past?
Yeah. And South Florida has basically all their team back, especially on the mound from last year's regional team, and then they just have played like crap for the most part.
I missed a couple of the superhero comments. Trey says Deadpool was the best superhero.
Deadpool is
That's a great movie. Even if you're not a superhero fan, if you like raunchy comedies, you would enjoy Deadpool. Mike says we need a superhero movie with different superpowers, like maybe someone whose superpowers they can never miss a three-pointer. Well, we kind of had that, Mike. It was called Rookie of the Year back in the 90s, where Henry Rowan-Gardner, a teenage boy, could throw 98 miles per hour.
Steph Curry in real life.
Speaking of 98 miles per hour pitching, Ichiro threw out the first pitch last week.
Yeah.
In full Mariners uniform.
I mean, I'm convinced this dude only wears his Mariners uniform. Like, I've never seen him in regular gear.
It was borderline psychotic behavior. He goes out on the mound. He's like warming up his arm like he's like going into the game. Does a full wind up, and it was clocked in the 90s, right? Was it 90s, or are they joking about that?
I don't know, but it looked like it was. Like Julio Rodriguez, the Mariners' top prospect. Was
he the one catching?
He was the one catching, which I was mad about. As soon as I saw Ichiro take them out, which they have a great relationship, but as soon as I saw Ichiro, I was like, he's going to throw the crap out of this thing. If he spikes it and Julio gets hurt, I'm going to be super pissed.
Yeah.
But no, that's just who he is, man. He still takes batting practice. He's retired and he still takes batting practice. I know last year, the year before, he still worked out with the team and was just in there taking BP, dressing in full uniform. I don't think this guy can give it up, man. He just he wants to play.
All right. Switching gears from baseball, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll talk some football. We have a transfer portal update, some basketball talk as well. When we return, you got a question or comment, you can get it in on Facebook Live, Twitter, or give us a call, 317-1250. More to go on Pirate Radio Live, and we'll make you a winner when we return after this.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
Experience next-level adventure with Kawasaki Terex KRX 1000 sports side-by-sides featuring a combination of trail-taming power, sporty performance, and rugged capability. Whichever Terex KRX 1000 model you choose, you'll experience the ability to take on the toughest trails with unmatched comfort and confidence. Kawasaki Terex KRX 1000, your world, your adventure. See them today at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
Safety comes first at Greenville Utilities. Did you know that by itself, natural gas is completely odorless? As a safety precaution, a chemical is added to the gas that gives it a distinctive and unpleasant odor. This allows you to detect the slightest amount of natural gas both indoors and outdoors. If you smell a strong odor of natural gas in or near your home, you should immediately call Greenville Utilities. GUC maintains staff around the clock in order to provide immediate response to emergencies such as natural gas leaks. You can count on GUC to keep safety job number one.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's now has 2 locations, in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Stop in today for hot dogs, pizza, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity featuring homemade cheese, ham and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Winslow's Deli and Tavern has a new look, along with a great lunch and dinner menu. Open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner, plus brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. Winslow's is located on 5th Street beside the State Theater and features daily drink specials with 2 outdoor patios perfect for this warmer weather. Follow Winslow's on Facebook and Instagram for special events and daily specials. Winslow's Deli and Tavern on 5th Street in Greenville.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. At Angel Oak, they continue to make customer service a number one priority. A local mortgage advisor is the key to your transaction success. The combination of their local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for every financial situation. For more information, call Talbot Green, Braxton Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live, talking pirate athletics and superheroes. Tyler asking, has anybody seen the movie Mystery Men, different superhero movie? Looks familiar. I don't know if I watched it. Ben Stiller, Janine Garofalo, William H. Macy, Hank Azaria, good cast.
Vaguely remember.
But it did remind me of some other things I did see. The Boys on Amazon Prime is really good. It's kind of like, what if you lived in a world where the superheroes might not necessarily be the good guys? What if they were evil? That's a really good show. I would recommend that. And also, this is not, I don't know if this is superhero, it's kind of comic book movie, but the movie with, and now I can't remember the name of it, with Michael Cera, and he's in a band.
Oh.
And it's really good. Oh, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Seen that, Igoe?
I'm not.
Dude, I think you would like that movie. It's got like some rock music in it. And Scott Pilgrim is fighting some super villains. Check that out. You and Erica, date night.
Is Scott Pilgrim a superhero?
No, he's a regular guy. But everything around him is in like a comic book style world. But it's kind of a music film too. I think you'd like it, Steven. I'm gonna recommend it to you.
All right, well, I'll check it out.
All right.
Right after I finish Batman in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's a great movie. All right, moving on. Was there anything else? No, I think that's it. All right. Igoe. Keys to the game tonight, ECU Wilmington. What are some keys?
Keys to the game. Throw strikes. It's a midweek game, so if you don't throw strikes and you walk a lot of people, you're going to be in trouble.
All right, that's a terrible preview, but our guy Chandler's here, luckily, who's got some great...
That was one of many keys I had, but that's fine. All right, we'll just go to Chandler for more.
I don't have keys of the game, but I do have some key notes of the game.
Key notes of the game, Steven.
Yeah, get it straight.
Why are you rubbing
buddy.
your temple? You don't have a headache. Are you tired of being here already?
Yes. I have to go to the ballpark.
All right.
And sit there till probably 11 o'clock.
All right. Thank you for your service, Chandler.
So I'm looking at the roster, and a guy that I see up
Which
here,
roster?
number 10 for UNCW. Number 10, Brooks Baldwin is from Whiteville, North Carolina. He went to Whiteville High School.
Mackenzie Gore.
Caught from Mackenzie Gore in high school.
What a nugget.
So infield, outfield is what they have listed here for his position.
What position does he play?
He was a
IFOF.
catcher. IFOF.
And catcher?
ATH is what it
You ever
says.
heard of utility man?
So this dude is a catcher /IF/OF.
But the biggest thing out of that is that he caught from Mackenzie Gore in high school. Mackenzie Gore making his debut on Friday. Congratulations.
All right, get us to the real nugget.
Brooks
here.
Baldwin, by the way,
we also have
leading
here-
the team batting average.
What we also have here.
Nugget.
That's an actual,
nice nugget.
That's an actual key nugget.
Nice nugget there.
All right, get to the real one here.
Well, here I have Cody and Cole Bitton. If the
the
last
Bitton-
name sounds
the Bitton
familiar,
brothers.
I don't care about this.
it is the brothers of Trey Bitton.
Yeah.
Which
Former
of these
ECU
brothers started their careers at ECU before transferring?
Cody or Cole? Cody.
Yes.
That is correct.
I go down to the bottom of the roster. Number 49 is
Here you go.
freshman Sawyer Sutton.
Now, who is he?
6 foot, 160 pounds from Dunn, North Carolina. Went to Midway High School.
Never heard of him.
Which was the rival high school of my high school, Lakewood High School.
Interesting.
A little cool, neat story here. I went to senior prom with his sister.
Whoa!
Wow.
Now, this is how you break down a game. You went to the prom with one of UNCW's players.
One of their pitchers.
One of their pitchers. Now, what? Do you have any prom stories?
No, we were just really good friends in high school, and she asked me to go to their prom. I actually had to
She
miss.
asked you to go.
Well, she went to a different high school, so she had to ask me.
You went to your rival's
You
prom.
can't ask her to go to her prom.
That's a
Her
little
rival high school.
presumptuous.
No.
Asking somebody from a whole different
Can
school.
I go to your prom at your high school?
So she asked me, but I actually missed a high school baseball game to go to the prom.
I'm shocked.
I
You missed your own team's high
So,
school baseball game,
like,
just like you missed all these radio shows.
There's a pattern of behavior here.
So when the injury list,
Chandler.
the injury report came out, it said Chandler Honeycutt
Parentheses.
prom.
Your teammates must have thought you were a giant
Dude,
buffoon.
look, the team that we played that day. I mean, we could have sent all the freshmen out there to play them and win by. And
So y'all won the game?
Oh yeah, we run ruled them.
All right. I guess that's
how the story goes.
Yeah. So a little key nugget there.
So are you going to be out there heckling tonight saying, I went to the prom with your
Yeah, is
sister?
his sister going to be in the stands?
The Sutton family might be there today.
You should probably go.
Do you think you're going to rekindle some kind of old relationship here?
She's getting married next year, so probably not.
Did you get an invite to her wedding?
No.
You got to invite yourself.
Yeah. Can I go to your wedding? Hey, since we went to prom together in high school, can I go to your wedding?
All right.
Completely reasonable to me.
So there you go. We got Mackenzie Gore's catcher, we got the Benton boys, and we got Chandler's prom date's brother. Good stuff. That's how you break down a game.
Cole Benton, by the way, leads the Seahawks in appearances. 18 appearances on the year. Brooks Baldwin leading the team batting average. I have nothing on the guy whose sister you took to prom.
So you think we'll see Benton tonight then? A
Good chance. Good, especially with as many lefties, ECU bats. He's a lefty, so I would think so.
Trey Benton, great guy. Had him on the show before. Enjoyed watching him pitch. In fact, wasn't it Igoe? What was his last year? Like he got to a good start to his career. Struggled.
18, right?
Injury, return, and was putting together a good year and got hurt, I believe.
I think so, yeah. I think it was 18.
Still got drafted.
Mm-hmm.
By the Guardians.
Correct.
Of the Galaxy. Gavin Williams off to a great start, as we all figured. Shirley Rhodes doing a great job of keeping up with that. All right, Igoe, we have another football player in the portal, and I believe you've even said his name when we've been having these chats that we'll likely see him in the portal, and that is Walter Simmons, who came in as a quarterback and wants to go play quarterback. Was this a case of he was down on the depth chart at quarterback, or they had asked him to move positions here at East Carolina?
Both. He entered the spring 5th on the quarterback depth chart behind Holden Ahlers, Mason Garcia, Ryan Stubblefield, and Alex Flynn. They had kind of tinkered with his throwing motion, and I think they loved his athleticism, and maybe he just wasn't progressing to the point where he was going to see the field immediately. So, like, hey, you're athletic enough. to play at a different position. So they moved him receiver probably about a week or so in the spring practice. I think he did some good things. They had some special packages for him. And that's kind of the role they envisioned for him. But from my understanding, talking with people around, Walter, I think he wants to play quarterback, and he believes he's a quarterback, and so he's probably going to transfer somewhere else to pursue that dream. And, listen, if he wants to play quarterback, then more power to him. We'll see where he ends up with that opportunity. I mean, I've always said he's one of the more athletic people in the program, and if he can, become accurate and have a strong enough arm to complete just a decent amount of throws, he would be pretty difficult to defend. So I look forward to following where he lands.
Every time you tweet out or post out on Hoist the Colors about a transfer, Igoe, you get people saying, "What is going on? What's happening
every
here?"
single time.
But have there been any transfers? I mean, maybe McGill, right? At defense, but anybody, McCray. I'm sorry,
Adrian McGill.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Anybody who left that you kind of scratch your head and say, okay, well, I thought he was in the too deep and ready to play. No, or have they all been like
they've
way
all been down? Now, the good and bad of the situation is, the good is you look at your roster and you say, hey, we're really stacked at all these positions. This guy probably is going to play for a few years. We got to get down to 85. You got to remember, the COVID extra year gave, guys like Miles Berry, Xavier Smith extra years who are now on their 5th year as seniors. And then also, basically the 2020 class, in many ways, almost became the 2021 class because they all got that extra year. They all remained freshmen going into their 2nd year. So,
you're losing a spot for a newcomer, basically, right?
Yeah.
Of all those guys.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. You're and you got to get down to 85. And so, if you're just at the bottom of the depth chart right now, it's just almost a case of, hey, man, I don't know how you're going to play here in the next 2 years.
Look, we dealt with this, Igoe, doing Dynasty on college football. After you do your one of my favorite parts of the season. You start a new season, you fill out your schedule, you do position changes. That's always fun.
Got to do roster cuts.
And then it's time to cut them. And it's sad to see him go. Man, when I recruited this kid 3 seasons ago, I thought he was going to be something. Yeah. He's still a 72. He's got to go.
You recruited a 79. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, it's just... and you want to be realistic with him, too. I mean, you don't want to tell a kid, hey, you're going to play this year and him not have a real role. And I do think a lot of these guys who are transferring out have potential to where if they would have stayed in the program and developed 2 years, they could have played. But, the roster right now is more at a point where they think they can win now. They're going to still add some transfers, and they've still got enough, freshmen and sophomores with eligibility that they're high on to where, it's not like they're mortgaging the future. And I think this also allows them to recruit the next year's class. So, the roster at this point, honestly, is at a good enough spot where they're finally in a place where they feel like they can win now and kind of go all in on now and also still have a solid core for the future. Still, a lot of sophomores and juniors and freshmen on this roster. Still not very many seniors at all.
Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, joining us. All right, finally, we'll talk some Pirate hoops. I think I saw Mike Schwartz at Sub Dogs today, but I can't confirm it. Pretty sure it was him.
It would make sense.
But again, didn't have my phone on me. I did see Steven's brother. I can confirm that. Talked to him for a moment. Said he knew Seth Maness personally. I don't know how true that is.
He does?
That's what he said.
I don't even know Seth Maness personally.
Well, your brother does. But Igoe, and I'm not going to give out any info. You got to sign up, Hoist the Colors, VIP, get the full scoop. But Igoe has witnessed an ECU basketball practice. True or false?
Correct. True?
Yeah. How many players were practicing?
5.
So this was more of a gathering, a get-together, shoot-around.
I mean, a workout.
A workout, okay.
But, just got a feel for Mike Schwartz's style, and, I mean, it was physical. Physical. All these guys have great opportunity.
Did they compete?
And they did compete. I can tell you what, man, there's going to be, if you're lacking effort, it does remind me a lot of, the Mike Houston, the start of his tenure to where, listen, if you're not going to if you can't handle the physicality and the toughness side of it, then you're probably going to get weeded out. I feel like that's kind of the same route Mike Schwartz is going, and a lot of new coaches go that way because they want to set their culture. But I feel like this is even almost ratcheted up another notch.
Can I say the players that were there?
Yeah, I mean they're on the roster still, so we can go over them if you want.
Well, R.J. Felton wasn't there, so has he left?
He was sick.
Okay. See, that's how we do it in the radio business. We grab you with a headline, but it's fine. R.J. Felton's still here. I think that's important to note who was there because
everybody else has entered the portal or has graduated.
Brandon Johnson was there.
Brandon Johnson, Luigi DeBow, Javon Small,
Tay Mosher,
Marlon Leston. Tay Mosher in the portal.
Well, he's on the roster. See, that's what I'm saying. You can't just go by the roster.
If you go to hoistthecolors.net, you can see the actual thing as it stands now. Who's in, who's out, tracking.
Where do I go?
Hoistthecolors.net.
All right, I'm there. Now where?
Who's in, who's out, tracking every arrival and departure for East Carolina basketball this offseason.
What a service you provide here. And this says...
It goes literally through every player.
Name.
Right. Graduated, transferred out, who's back as of right now, who's incoming. And then I have a projected roster at the very bottom. And that's how we sit. As always, subject to change.
Great stuff. So these newcomers, okay, incoming. So that means they're not here. When will these guys show up?
Summer session, I don't know the exact dates for each. Like some will probably be in summer 1 in May, some will probably be in summer 2 in June. And so, yeah, that's when they will arrive this summer.
I still have hopes. I don't know, like the way Brandon Johnson played in non-conference, seeing him grow, I think he can be a player for ECU.
He's definitely got the athletic ability. I mean, you just watch him kind of bounce around today. Like he rebounded. He averaged around 5 rebounds a game. And
well, I know what Schwartz is going to like, his effort. Right?
Yeah, his effort, his defensive ability, and that's something else that jumped off the page to me today. Marlon Leston, Javon Small, a lot of those guys were just busting their tail, and there's a reason they're still here. They've kind of proven that they can handle the toughness, the physicality of it. Other guys have been weeded out. Certain players went through like a practice or two and decided to hit the portal, and now might be going to places like UCF and other areas. So we'll have to see what happens with those players. But
I'm not ready to talk about that yet.
I think the guys who are back with the program, or look to be back with the program, are here for a reason.
I feel like Leston, and I'm saying this from the way outside, I don't know anything, but I feel like he maybe didn't have confidence in himself or something.
I don't think Javon Small or
I was going to bring him up next.
Had confidence just based off the way, like you watch them practice and the way they move and shoot is totally different from how they looked in the game. And part of that is being a freshman. They're trying to figure out. I think R.J. Felton's the same way. His ability at times didn't really show just because he was either overexcited, nervous. I think he played a little bit more confident than the other guys. He wasn't afraid to shoot.
I agree.
But still, when you're freshmen, there's just so much to learn. So, like, people writing these guys off after 1 year, I don't think is the way to go.
Yeah, and I've said this before, but you look at Javon Small when they're down by 20 with 2 minutes left, and he's just out there playing basketball. He looked assertive and like he was comfortable. When the game's kind of on the line, he looked a little more passive, and that's something that as he continues to play and get better, he'll be fine, I think. So
yeah, for sure. And I think, too, how much did the coaching staff probably say, hey, just go in there and manage the game? Probably because he was playing more times than not because somebody was hurt or
try to keep us at this score.
Yeah.
Don't do anything crazy. All right, I got good stuff. And
Thanks.
I will continue to just refresh that page that you showed me. I didn't know that was the thing.
Yeah, that as of right now is more accurate than the roster.
That it is. All right, have fun at the game tonight, and let me know when you finish Batman. Shirley,
let me know when you finish Batman so we can do it at the same time.
All right, sounds good. How about I go?
Wait, what?
How about I go watch it with Erica tonight while you're at the game?
If you want to do that, I'll let her know that you're coming over.
Get to know Slater a little bit, kind of work my way, invite myself into the family. All right, well, let's take a break. Thank you, Brian. As we do, Shirley, let's make somebody a winner.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
317-1250. Let's make you a winner on this Tuesday. Shirley, what do we give it away?
Lunch for 2 at Tiebreakers.
317-1250 is the number. What caller are you looking for?
Let's go with 7.
The Breaker.
I like the jerk wings. I became a fan of the lemon pepper wings during football season last year. Also a big fan of the chicken cheesesteak wrap and the regular cheesesteak wrap.
Here's a Tiebreakers hack for you.
Hack.
Get the 5-cheese grilled cheese sandwich. You can add grilled or fried chicken. And if you like it, you can add buffalo sauce to it. Try it out and thank me later.
All right. There's a hack from the Chan Man. Take a time out. Come back. Have more for you after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest-free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
You know, everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. But the good news is, you know, we're getting vehicles from the factory every single week. So what the customer can do is come in, get an appraisal on their trade-in if they have one. They can pick a vehicle that's incoming and actually kind of build it how they want. And then when it gets here in the next 6 to 8 weeks, they're actually taking delivery of a new vehicle.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We have some exciting news at Angel Oak Home Loans. This is Talbot Green, and I would like to introduce you to the newest member of our team, Braxton Green. I've known Braxton his entire life because he's my nephew. He is also a recent ECU graduate and has lived in Eastern North Carolina his entire life.
This is Braxton Green, and I'm looking forward to working with you with your next home loan or refinance. Give us a call at Angel Oak Home Loans today at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
What's the big deal?
Where can you get pizza, bread twists, specialty chicken, and more for just $5.99 each?
Is it at Domino's?
He hands off hand-tossed pizza and a marble cookie brownie. He's going!
There's a lot of variety on the radio and at Domino's too, where you can
mix and match 2 or more. $5.99 each at Domino's.
2-item minimum. Pan pizza, bone-in wings, and bread bowls will be extra. Ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
Hey, Troy D here with my buddy Cam from Tailgate Classics, the only vintage store here in Greenville selling all types of cool stuff. Cam, you got something new for folks too that just hit.
Yes, sir. If you guys have had some good times back in the 90s at some of your favorite places like Grog's, the Elbow, and tons of other old businesses, we're doing a retro line of t-shirts that are available now.
Fantastic. So if you enjoyed hanging out at those places, now you can wear the gear. How can folks find you online too?
That's shoptailgateclassics.com or come see us in person at 304 Evans Street.
Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. If you're looking for wings to be delivered to your home, Wings Over Greenville has you covered with no third party needed. Wings Over Greenville has its own in-house delivery service. Be sure to try the all-new tender sandwiches by ordering ahead on the Wings Over mobile app. Open till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, Wings Over has everything to cure those late-night munchies. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
For dine-in or to-go, Familia is your favorite place for great Italian food and more. Familia has just launched a new menu featuring new pizzas like the Sweet and Spicy and the Southwest Chicken. Every Sunday, you can feed the whole family with a buy one, get the second pizza half-price special all day. If you need to unwind after work during the week, stop by Wednesday for half-price wine, and Thursdays, all drafts are only $2. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
This is Big John Williams, strength and conditioning coach for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available by calling 752-1406 or visiting beautybarmedispa.com. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. And congratulations to Mitch Evans of Greenville. Picked up lunch for two at Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Coming up Wednesday on the show, we'll visit with the voice, Jeff Charles. We'll talk to the play-by-play voice of ECU baseball, Scott Rogers. We got Bryce Williams joining us as well. That and more on the way on Wednesday's edition of Pirate Radio Live. We'll have a recap of East Carolina and UNCW as they will get underway coming up at 6:30. Been looking for a lineup. Haven't seen anything yet, although Igoe did say it will be C.J. Mayhew getting the start for the Pirates, the lefty on the hill. The guy I want in a fight.
The Bulldog.
Yes, I want him in my corner if I'm about to fight somebody.
What if he gets in a fight tonight?
And then I'll prove why. Because he's going to win that fight.
See, this is your fighting guy.
It is, Mully.
It is, Mully. It is.
What if he and Seth Maness go toe to toe? That would be awkward.
That would be awkward.
That'd be a little awkward. Planning to see if Mully wants to come on tomorrow. Speaking of which, I've been. I
feel like that's a song.
It should be a song. There's It's Been. There's I've Seen Fire and I've Seen Rain.
I've seen fire and I've seen rain.
But I have not. I sent Mully one text because the other night the Angels intentionally walked Corey Seager with the bases loaded. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, yes, I did.
I sent a text to Mully and said, I know we're not talking right now, but when we are talking again,
taking a break,
I'd like to talk to you about that. And he said, that's fine, buddy.
That's fine, buddy.
But
that's cool. That's fine. That's awesome.
But I don't know if we're talking yet.
Whatever you think.
Now, I have a gift for him that I will be giving him when it arrives probably next week.
I cannot wait for you to present that, and I hope you do it on the air.
So I need him to be in studio for that. I feel like enough time will have gone by then, and I'll give him a peace offering that we can finally get our relationship back on track.
He won't have anything for you.
Nor should he.
No, he shouldn't, yeah.
Nor should he.
No.
But anyway, that's that. All right, the Mets and Giants are going to the ninth, tied at 4, so a good one there at Citi Field as they play.
It was 4-1 at one point.
Mets made a rally and are now trying to win this game. The Mets are in first right now in the young season in the NL East. Chandler, we talked about the Rock Hill news for the Panthers earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Also, a Panther got arrested today.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Cedric Wilson. Is that his name?
You said he was just signed.
I know his last name's Damian Wilson.
Wilson.
It's Damian Wilson, former chief, and was on the Jags last year. Apparently threatened to kill his girlfriend. So there's that. Can't do that.
Don't do that.
And of course, that is
everybody get along.
That is the second Panther that has gotten into some trouble. Shi Smith, who is a promising young wide receiver out of, I want to say he's a Gamecock, or South Carolina Gamecock. And he was charged with possession of firearm and had some drugs on him when he was stopped by city officials. So,
all right.
Yeah.
The great off season just rolls on for Carolina.
Yeah, the culture is okay. The culture is fine.
Apparently today also Ben McAdoo, the new offensive coordinator of the Panthers, said yes Sam Darnold is our starting quarterback.
He is our starting quarterback, yes.
And then
a minute and 30 seconds later, he said this.
He said, the way it is in the building right now, Sam is our starting quarterback. So those are two totally different things.
Yeah, well, yeah, he also, I saw a video where he said, well, look, I'm learning to, and I don't know why he said this, because he's been in coaching, he's dealt with the media for quite a while now, but he's like, I'm still continuing to learn how to talk to you. And he said, you people, meeting the media.
Oh, okay, here we go.
And he said he shouldn't have said that. He said, I should have said that.
One of the things I've been working on is being better talking to you people. So announcing the starting quarterback here, I just put my foot in my mouth. That wasn't something I should have said.
Yeah, so.
What is wrong with this guy? Just relax, dude.
The question was direct. It said, is Sam Darnold your starting quarterback? He said, Sam Darnold is our starting quarterback, yes.
And then he said...
wait a minute, hold on. I'm just kidding. He's not. I'm just kidding, because we might get a quarterback in the draft. What am I saying?
You said you saw the video. Was he like melting down? Like, was he freaking out, or was he calm?
It was kind of calm, but you could tell in his face that he's like, I just screwed up, and I need to like fix myself right now.
Because then he basically,
because these guys are writing down like, all right, it's Sam Darnold's the guy, and so I guess he probably knows good and damn well that Sam Darnold isn't going to be the starting quarterback.
Well, and that's what he said in this line where he says, quote, the way it is in the building right now, Sam is our starting quarterback, end quote. That doesn't mean they can't bring in Baker Mayfield or draft a guy or whatever. Yeah. So, this is all nothing burger, but it's kind of funny that Ben McAdoo, like, freaks out during a press conference kind of thing.
I don't know what question it was that kind of made him, try to restructure that what he previously said.
Yeah.
But he got it straight. Hey, look, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Put my foot in my mouth. So I don't know. Just great old Ben McAdoo, and not even in the regular season yet as his debut as the offensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers, and already saying stupid stuff like this.
Well, give something for Tony to talk about tonight on the C3 podcast.
And on Friday when he joins us.
All right, Shirley, let's take our final break. We'll come back, wrap it up on a Tuesday. We'll be back with you after this.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
Baseball is back. Hey, Wood Ducks fans, be sure to purchase your single game tickets online at woodducksbaseball.com or by calling the ticket office at Granger Stadium. Ticket prices for Sunday through Thursday are just $7. Friday and Saturday tickets are $12. Do you have a big group? No problem. Book your group tickets by contacting the front office now. Hope to see you there. Let's go Woodies.
The celebration is on. Save the date for Saturday, May 14th as the town of Farmville celebrates 150 years with a black tie gala from 7 to 11 p.m. Music will be provided by the Raheem Walker Project and dinner will be served. Tickets are $75 per person or $650 for a reserved table for 8. All proceeds benefit the Farmville Chamber of Commerce, and to purchase tickets, call 753-4671. Save the date and enjoy a night out on the town at the Farmville Black Tie Gala Saturday, May 14th.
It's bow time. Yep, it's eating time again. Now you could unload groceries, chop, dice, mince, preheat, heat, slap around the smoke detector, and then celebrate with a big old pile of dishes. But if you're tired of cooking, or tired of sorta cooking, it's time to feed the whole family with Bojangles Fried Chicken Family Meal. With Bojangles' famous chicken, fixins, biscuits, and tea, you can forget the cookbook and spend some well-earned quality time with a delicious dinner from Bojangles. It's bow time.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Coach Cliff Godwin. The physicians at Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center have been caring for our athletes at ECU for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for our sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care, physical therapy, and diagnostic testing. For experienced and professional services, call the team at Orthopedics East at 252-757-2663 or visit them online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Join us at Purple Blossom Yoga Studio, Greenville's premier yoga studio, for our wide array of classes, including restorative, power, hot yoga, and more. We even fly into the weekend with our aerial yoga workshops. New to our studio? Check out our special for new yogis. 3 classes for only $30. Check out our website or social media for all the information and up-to-date schedules at Purple Blossom Yoga Studio. Purple Blossom Yoga, where your health and mindset collide and help you transform to a new you.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
Pirate Radio.
ECU Pirates. Can't nobody do what we do. You know. That's right. All right then. Yeah!
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back, and as we close out the show, let's take a look at our stock market report. The Dow was up 499 points at 34,911. The NASDAQ was up 287 points at 13,619, and the S&P was ahead 70 at 4,462. And that is your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into the show. Here's Cliff.
All right, thanks to Pirate Great Seth Maness, also Nolan Knight, Mark Brown, Stephen Igoe, Ellerbe, Chandler Honeycutt, Shirley Rhodes, and you folks for tuning in, being part of the show. On this Tuesday, we're back with you Wednesday, 3 o'clock, with an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. For the crew here, I'm Clip Brock. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington.